Hey guys, good morning, and welcome to I.Am.She Podcast. I am your host, BlackRoses. KD will be on shortly when she gets to a safe location in order to log on. How are you guys doing today? I am so excited to be here and to see you guys again and to talk with you guys. Today we have a very, very, very interesting show. We have a very interesting show. So we have a dating episode. This week's topic is dating in 2021. So I know it's a lot of, that's just like a small spectrum of it, but we have a lot of different topics to talk about today. But before we get started, you know how I like to start off. I thank you guys for being our most the best supporters in the world. We thank you for watching and viewing every single Saturday, and even if it's through the week, we thank you guys. You know what I'm about to say. If you'd like to be a sponsor, please flood that DM. Please email us at PodcastIAmShe at gmail.com. I'm sorry, PodcastIAmShe at gmail.com. Guys, we are so thankful to just be here each and every Saturday, and this is a new month in November, so we are definitely excited to reach our milestone of one successful month, with many more to come. And we just are so excited about today. So, like I said, the topic is about dating. So with that comes a lot of stuff, right? So we're going to talk about where people go to date, like, what do you do? Where you go at? Do you go to the clubs? Do you find a date? Where do you find one? Walking down the street, So, and we're going to also talk about, I'm sorry, guys, like kids. Are kids a deal or no deal? Is that a deal breaker for some? We're going to talk about sex. When it comes to dating, sex, most people, when they date, some people like to, right out the gate, off the bat, give it to them real and raw. But we want to know, what are your thoughts? What are your views? We're going to have a guest on. I couldn't find a single female, a single woman, but I do know a single Black man that I had the pleasure of speaking with prior, like a couple weeks before this episode. We even thought about it, actually. And when we decided to do it, y'all. Nate is I'm sorry, guys. But when we decided to do this show, I decided to bring him on because he is a young single Black male out here dating in modern society, as Kevin Samuels would call it, modern society. And he's had some experiences. He's been in some situations, and he doesn't have any children, and he's been in some situations, and he's been in some serious, relationships. So I just wanted to get a male's perspective, but I would definitely love, ladies, for you guys to chime in, for you guys to respond to anything that you would feel is not appropriate, or whatever you may say. But ladies, I am definitely looking forward to talking to him and getting you guys' opinion about it. Please, like I say, flood that DM, flood that messenger. If you want to comment on live, we definitely have the live where you guys can comment on, because I definitely want to hear different perspectives of today's show, not just from a man's perspective, but also from a female perspective as well, because I know it may seem a little biased just having a man on here, but I would like to also get your thoughts and your opinions. So definitely be sure to flood that DM and flood my messenger, or you can flood the comment section with your opinions. All opinions are welcome. No opinion is greater than the other. We're thankful for each and every viewer and each and every comment. And I'm definitely excited to get that started. We have some interesting things coming up this month. Or no, is it December? I think it's December, if I'm not mistaken. We have some interesting things coming up for December. We definitely have the holiday bazaar. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of all over the place with this computer right now. I'm at home, and I'm trying to get my phone situated. But we have some interesting things coming up in December. We have the holiday bazaar coming up in December, on December the 11th, from 12 to 6, I believe. And Tamika Chapman at the Style Lounge will be hosting that event that we are so happy to be a part of. We can't wait to see you guys there. I believe the entry is only $1, so don't act like you ain't got $1. There will definitely be some awesome vendors in the building who will have some great specials for you guys. Don't act like you can't afford $1. You don't got to come in there spending $10,000, but you can spend $1, to get in or whatever. We're definitely happy about that. What else do we have coming up? I think that's it. Oh, we're trying to. I won't put that out there just yet, because we have to finalize the details. But once we finalize the details with that, I will definitely be putting that up for you guys. Like I said, if you guys would like to be a sponsor and you guys would like us to, advertise your business, whatever you have, you mow lawns, you rake leaves in the wintertime or in the fall, you pick up tree branch, whatever you do, you hosting a prayer meeting, you got a prayer line, you want more people to get on your prayer line, whatever you're doing, we will gladly, as long as it's a legit business, we will gladly definitely put that out there. The sponsors for this month, I believe it's Sister to Sister Tag and Title and Mrs. Rita Best Caterer. So she definitely put her bid in for the sponsors. We are we'll be running their ad soon as well, I believe. Yeah, we'll be running their ad soon. We also have other people who have decided to come out and not come out, but we also have other people who wanted to partake in being a sponsor on I.Am.She Podcast, and we definitely accept each and every individual who has something, going on and who has a business. But starting Monday, we'll be running the ad for Miss Sharita, the guest from last episode. We'll be having her we'll be having her ad running, and I believe it's Sister to Sister Tag and Title. And I'll also see if there's something that they could do, like, oh, if you mention I.Am.She Podcast, you might, I'll try, but don't say I said it. I ain't gonna put it out there like, oh, Crystal said, because Crystal didn't say that, but definitely is looking forward to that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Not that I know of. I don't think there's anything else. Hey, girl!
Hey!
How doing?
How you doing this morning?
Girl, I'm doing fine. Did you make it somewhere safe and sound?
Absolutely. I'm here. What we doing today?
Girl, we talking about this dating scene. I see she ain't dating nobody, yo, because she got a whole husband at home.
But I
you
might
can
need
talk
to
about
know later on.
girl, bye. You don't need to know nothing. Y'all hear her talking foolish. Now, when her husband knock her head between that washer and dryer, y'all know why. Because she talking foolish on the show. We told her.
Didn't we just go over that 2 weeks ago? He could try if he want. He gonna lose his whole life.
His whole entire everything. He gonna threaten a man. He gonna threaten a man live, honey.
God.
But we are definitely happy to have you guys here. We are definitely excited about today's episode. So we are excited. We are here. Actually, KD came up with this. So I don't know why. Like I'm telling y'all now, I don't know why she came up with it because it ain't like she beat no damn body.
I can still give advice. I can still find out. You always gotta keep something. You always gotta keep that ace card in your back pocket. You never know what's going on.
Girl, you ain't got no damn ace card in your back pocket.
You don't know what I got. Don't be telling everybody.
You got an ace card, all right. Get your head knocked off.
No, y'all. My husband is very good. I love my husband. I wouldn't leave him for the rest. We were together too go long. I wouldn't even know how to start. Where to start? That's what we want to know.
Girl, that's it. You know?
That's what we want to know. Like, where do we start? Are y'all still
That's what we want to know. We want to know. That's where y'all started. What y'all doing? How y'all do this? You know, I'm in a relationship, a committed relationship. And, excuse me. I'm in a committed relationship. And it's been we 2 years. It would be 2 years in December. And it's definitely trying. You know, I'm not saying that it's it's bad, it's rocky, but it's definitely a trying relationship. I love him with all my heart. He gets on my damn nerves, and I make sure I tell him that all the time. You get on my nerves. And he say it too, vice versa. He say you get on my nerves too. But that's to say what?
That's good communication. You
let him know. That's good communication. I let him know. Like, hey, you getting on my nerves. Hello.
So he knows when he going too far.
He know when he going too damn far. Like, come on, you about to get your head knocked off. You gotta relax.
And between the dry and the wash machine.
You know it. Irky South. He know he irky, but I love him to death, yo. I wouldn't change it to save I wouldn't change it to save my life. You know.
Well, let's just get into, since you guys are newly dating. Well, not newly dating, but let's get into some story about how y'all met, If you wouldn't mind.
No, I don't mind, not at all. So actually, he'd been my Facebook friend for quite some time. I never looked at him in that way. It was just like, oh, this guy posted something funny, laugh here, whatever. So one particular day, he posted something about, where the party at. I believe that's what it said. And I'm like, shit, when you find out, let me know. And it went from there. It was just like, oh, okay.
He shot his shot.
It went from there. And we went out. My love for dominoes came into play.
Oh,
and he's like, oh, well, I want to come over to your house and play a game of dominoes. I'm like, okay, cool. I believe I won. I kick his ass in dominoes often.
I'm going to verify that. I'm going to verify that later on.
I kicks his ass in dominoes quite often, so I think that's what happened. He came over, we played dominoes, and we kicked it off from there. So these comments, these private comments. It's Nate. You got it. I wish you had your laptop so you can see what this man is saying.
I can see what he got.
Oh my God, he's funny. I can't take it. I can't. But he came over, we played dominoes. Our very first date, we went to the movies and we went out to eat. We went to Angie Seafood, and then we walked to the Harbor Theater, which is not that far, a couple blocks away.
Hold on. Is that restaurant where you say he better not bring nobody else while you there?
Yeah, that restaurant. Yeah.
That's rude. That is rude.
That's the restaurant that he better not bring nobody else there. We ain't got I figure out she there and I'm not. But yeah, that's the restaurant. Mm-hmm. So Nate said the Harbor Theater was the true sneaky link. Listen, let me tell you something. Those sneaky links is deadly. I'm telling you. Talking about him definitely makes you smile. And there are, yes. Yes, and he does make me smile. God knows I'm happy to be in this relationship with him. And we have had some good times and some bad times, as any relationship always does. We have our ups and our downs, but we have a lot of ups,
That's good.
And I'm thankful for him because he opened me up to a whole nother realm of myself that I did not know was there, that I did not tap into. My last relationship lasted for about 5-6 years, I believe. And not to take anything away from my last relationship, my last relationship, me and him, we got along well. Sometimes it was more not getting along than we did get along. And we are definitely, we're friends. We're good friends. We're still awesome friends. We've been friends for 20 years. So I definitely am happy that he's still in some type of aspect of my life. But yeah, in my new relationship, he makes me happy. He does. He gets on my nerves, but he definitely makes me happy. But speaking of him, this is how I met the guest for today. He's actually my boyfriend's. He's a friend of my boyfriend's family, basically. Say it like that, because I don't know how I'm like, he my boyfriend, cousin, friend,
Right. He's a friend
of the family. He's a friend of their family, and he's definitely a great young man. I had an opportunity to chat with him briefly, like I said before this episode even came about. We talked about dating. My boyfriend hates when I talk about dating because he's like, you got a whole relationship. It's not about that. It's like, I want other people to know where to go to meet people, because I know a lot of single people. I know a lot of single people who are looking for love in all the wrong places. And I know a lot of single women as well. I know a lot of single women. But it kind of came about for me because I'm tired of the whole bashing black women thing. Everybody got to bash black women. It's some great black women out here. I know. Nate talking about he looking for a FICO score. Nate, if you don't get I know a lot of great black women, and I'm not talking about ghetto, and no, I know a lot of great, intelligent, business oriented, awesome black women, and I am so thankful to have them in my life. And hey, Hamid.
Hey, morning. How are you? I'm good.
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Ran some errands this morning, so I'm here.
Okay. It's good to see you.
Likewise.
How you been?
Not too bad. Just
okay.
Work. That's about it.
Work. Okay. Okay.
Helping to look after my parents and whatnot.
Okay. We're so happy to have you on today's show. I was just explaining to everybody how I know of you. We don't know each other like that. Our first meeting was definitely a good one. We had a good talk about dating in 2021. And Andera said, and even in our relationships, we must date our partners and be intentional to not let the fire die. And that part. That part, Indira.
Yeah, you definitely can't let the fire die. That's for sure.
We can't let the fire die, because if the fire dies, there's something wrong. But
so I mean, tell us about how it's going with you and your dating, as far as
So
dating.
From my standpoint, being a single black man that has no children yet, and being 35 years old, college educated, all that good stuff, right? It's like the dating scene, if I'm gonna be honest, it kind of sucks.
Oh, wow.
So from that standpoint, because more often than not, people don't want to be honest and upfront. You have a lot of brothers that don't want to be upfront about what their intentions are right out the gate. I mean, for me, my intentions are in game is going to be marriage, right? grew up in a household where my parents have been married 45 plus years.
Right.
So from that same standpoint, if I'm dating a woman, I'm like, hey, the whole purpose or the whole premise behind dating or so-called courting is to get married. But somehow us millennials, we find ourselves being this endless loop of just continually dating. People date for a few months, intentions aren't made clear up front, and then before you know it, we jump into the expectations aspect of things. So it's like nobody actually had a conversation about what intentions were, and then now we've got these expectations in our head when we were never upfront about them anyway. So for me, I find that I get a bad rap at times because I can be too direct. But if you're on upfront and direct, then nobody knows what your position is right out the gate.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it. And it's a waste of time.
And at the end of the day, life, it ain't really just about jobs and businesses and doing this and doing that. It's about the people around you, the people in your circle. If you got good people around you, you got a family, you got children, so on and so forth. That's really what life is about. All this individualistic, nonsense that we keep dealing with, it makes the whole dating scene, it makes it suck. Because everybody thinks it's about just them. It's like me, I. There is no us, there is no we. It's the individualistic nonsense that for me makes dating a little daunting, rather.
Okay, understandable. So what's the first topic, KD, that you had decided to talk about when it comes to dating in 2021?
Where do you go? Like, where do you go to date to find, as far as where do you look to find a nice woman or?
So where is the hard part? Like, I mean, between the online dating now, because COVID is a thing, people are scared to be around one another.
Absolutely.
It's like, I'll go out with my homeboys and, I'll approach a woman or a young lady or whatever. And I'm getting looked at like this, like, hey, stay away from me because you're like, where's your mask at? So the last 2 years has kind of made it kind of hard to meet women in public. So now we're looking at either online in a lot of cases, or a friend of a friend. You go to a family function, that friend or cousin so and so brings her homegirl or something. It's like, hey, cuz, what's up with your homegirl? So I like from that standpoint, there aren't really many options really to meet people unless it's like, hey, I'm at the supermarket. I can see you with your mask on, but I don't know if you're attractive or not. So I'm just gonna stay away.
Because them eyes say something else, but I need to see what that bottom look like. The eyes is deceiving. And they were saying not the church and not the club. That's right. Definitely not the club and not the church either, honey.
Not the club. No, not at all. Not at all. Those days are over. The club is over.
Those days are over. Yeah. Those days are over.
You gonna meet the wrong person in the club. That's why I gotta
exactly.
the wrong person because they gonna be there every week.
You can meet the wrong person at church too, honey. Absolutely. You can meet the wrong person at church. I know a lot of people who have had success on meeting someone on Tinder.
Really?
And look, I know a couple people who had success on meeting somebody on Tinder.
If I'm gonna be honest, my childhood best friend, he met his girlfriend a couple years ago on Facebook dating, right? They just had he had children from his previous marriage. His wife left him or whatever, unfortunately. And he met a woman, from Delaware on Facebook dating. They're talking about marriage now. He's about to propose. They had a child already. About to buy $500,000.
Don't spoil it for her. Wait a minute. Girl, don't disregard what he said, girl. That man ain't about to propose. We don't want to spoil it for.
He about to do his thing. So I mean, from that standpoint, I can honestly say they've got a successful relationship. She's a pretty accomplished black woman. He's an accomplished black man. They're about to buy another house, sell both of their houses up in Pennsylvania. Right. So I mean, hey, it's possible.
It's possible.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at it.
Yeah. Now, do you think a person's background, as far as like education and as far as how settled they are in their life, do you think that adds to a longer relationship?
Well, education. I mean, education
like the success of somebody.
So I look at education is twofold. So education from the standpoint of being a person that's analytical or will look at things, from a knowledge-based standpoint. Whereas then you have on the opposite side, you're talking about college education. For me, college education doesn't really mean anything. You know, it's like, hey, I've got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a PhD. I've got a law degree. I don't care about any of that. You know, it's like if you are an educated person, you don't have to be college educated.
Educated to be educated.
And then, of course, a lot of millennials, unfortunately, a lot of us come with a lot of college debt. You know, I was fortunate enough to go to grad school. I'm sorry, undergrad and grad school, where I don't have any college debt because my parents allowed me to stay at home. But
that's awesome.
You have a lot of millennials who have accumulated a lot of college debt. And then it's like, hey, I've got a master's degree. I've got this degree. I've got that degree. And then all too often, a lot of Black people, what we do is we try to, at times, lead with our so-called degrees or our accomplished education, higher education degrees, which is something we shouldn't be doing. You know, so then we look at the property aspect of things. Like, okay, I can meet a woman. She could be living in an apartment. I don't care necessarily if she owns a house or doesn't own a house. You know, because at the end of the day, if we get into a relationship, we talk about marriage. We're talking about moving in with one another because you don't truly know a person until you move in together.
Until you move in with them. So tell me about it.
So if that happens, I'm like, my dear, you're going to be moving into my house, or I'm going to be moving into her house, depending on how our lives are. And of course, all of this is subjective because, you know, there's wiggle room. So it's like, okay, well, you own a house here, your house might be bigger, or you may have a detached home, or you may have something that's in the city or close, or whatever whatever the situation is, because every situation is different. Every scenario is different. So that has to be looked at from a subjective standpoint. And I don't really deal with subjectivity a lot of times, but you know, couple A might be living differently than couple B. So of course, couple A and couple B can't move the same way. They got to move a little different. So it all depends, you know, on the lifestyle and the lives that one another, you know, that each other, and you know, the man and the woman in relationship has. So to answer that question, no, I don't look at that in any real particular, you know, any particular way, or as a bad thing, rather, I should say. You know, so own a house, don't own a house, went to college, didn't go to college.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. And Dara said, yes, I have friends who met their partners and married from online dating sites. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know quite a few people who have met and are in successful relationships. I'm in this group on Facebook, and there's a lot of people who have even met their partners after knowing them for 2 or 3 weeks and got married and are in long-term relationships or in marriages. They're in marriages, you know, so it doesn't matter where you meet a person. Now, I tried the Facebook online dating on the Facebook. It was a bunch of weirdos. It was some weirdos. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I did. But it was some weirdos on there. It was some weirdos. But like I said, how I met my boyfriend is just off of a comment on a Facebook status. And we just hit it off and been together ever since, you know? So you can there's definitely different means to find, you know, to find a relationship or to get a good relationship. Absolutely. And they said, you know, you like a weirdo.
Play too much. I thought you was sick.
I thought he was sick too. He ain't sick. He just ain't feel like coming out that house today. But yeah, it's definitely different ways and means of having and meeting people. I myself, like I said, I am invested into, you know, helping others find love. So I wanted to throw a speed dating. It's been on my mind for quite a while. Throwing a speed dating, you know, for single Black men and single Black women. And then I was even thinking about branching off and doing like LGBT one, you know, because you know those people in those communities, like my sister, she's a lesbian and she has a hard time finding a good mate. You know, she had some good relationships and whatever happened, but you know, she's a good person. She has a really nice, she's a kind-hearted person. She's a sweetheart. I love her. And I definitely, you know, would like to throw one in homage of that, an homage of her to help her out, you know. But it's definitely different ones I want to do. I definitely want to throw it a speed dating because I want to see like how can you find love? And can people find love doing a speed dating? You know? Would you do a speed dating?
I participated in one before, just off the strength of a friend of mine. It was, I don't want to say it was bad or good. It was an experience. It was, it was entertaining. It was fun. You know, I met a couple decent Black women. You know, unfortunately, it didn't really go too far, but you know, it was a fun experience. You know, I'll say that. You know, so it was.
Now,
it was
are you
cool.
open to dating outside your race?
For me, no, I'm not. I'm a black man. I came up out of a black woman's womb. I'm the byproduct of a black man and a black woman. So
Okay.
nah, as crazy as y'all black women can be, I love y'all to death.
Yeah, we can definitely be crazy. We could definitely some crazy ones.
Black men and black women are nuts. We're all psychologically traumatized here in this country. But for me, no, I love my sisters, honestly.
I can say I disagree. Because it's not about the race. It's more about the person and individual. Because I've dated like outside of my race more so. I've actually dated most of my life outside of my race, even though I am married to and been married for 12 years to a black man.
Okay.
and we talk about blue black. Okay. Straight from the motherland black.
Yes, honey.
We talking about you can't see him at night black.
That's like North Carolina country.
we talking about dark black.
But I can't really say, I have an issue with race because I mean, it just depends on a person because, you got cheaters in all forms, you got liars in all forms, you got manipulators in all forms.
Yeah.
So I think I would be able to date, if I would say, I think I'm okay with dating outside, along with my brother. All my brother's kids are mixed.
Mixed.
He would never date a black girl. He would always say, I will never date a black girl. I
have a cousin like that. So, I mean, I get it.
I have family members like that. A few of my family members have never dated a black woman before.
Right.
And never. And BlackRoses, I don't know if you remember what Randy used to say. You ask him why he won't date black girls. He always be like, because they spank and their hair and they wear weave. I'm like, but your mama black and you got two.
But your mama black, okay? We used to say that all the time.
All the time. That's what we was.
Lord rest his soul. He was a kind-hearted person.
He was.
And I just
really was.
Hate that the white women he chose was the wrong kind of white black women.
Now I can agree.
They were white black girls. Okay, they were white black girls, and that's what I did not like. Because I'm like, for all that, you might as well dated a sister, boy. For all of that, you dated the most hoodest white girls I've ever seen in my life. You could have just dated a sister and got with a sister, and but. I like she said, out of that came two beautiful children, two beautiful boys who definitely are awesome kids.
They are.
And they said people ask all the wrong questions in speed dating. I don't know. I've never been to a speed dating. I wanted to attend one, but I want to know what is it like? What is the experience?
From the speed dating aspect, I know when I participated in that particular event, the questions were already predefined for us.
Oh.
So
you had to answer questions off a card?
So it was like, we had to ask the questions and answer the questions based off of the predefined one. So, we already knew what the questions were beforehand, and then I've only done it one time. So I don't know if it should have been different or if that's technically how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay.
So it was an experience. It was an experience.
So where do you normally, what avenues do you normally go to meet women?
So for me, lately, it's been online and at family functions, or I've gotten into more hosting events at my house. So, a cousin will bring somebody, or a friend of a friend will bring somebody. And that's generally what it's been, the last couple years.
Okay.
I've been single at this point 2 years now. 2 years of this month, and beforehand I was in a 5-year relationship. Before that I was in a 5-year relationship. Well, I proposed to her, didn't work out, yada yada. We went our separate ways, and so here we are. But yeah.
Did you get the ring back?
I did get my ring back.
You did?
Wait a minute. So wait, you proposed and did she say no, or you?
No, I proposed. She said, yeah, we proposed. I'm sorry, we were engaged and so on and so forth, working on a wedding. But I was in my my mid-20s then, and it didn't work out because she wanted to move at a faster pace than what we were discussing. Which again, I made my intentions up front. I consulted my dad, consulted my her dad. We talked about it. They were cool with it. My intentions were up front.
Oh, you
like, hey,
school.
I'm proposing. Like, I want to marry you. We ain't getting married right away. Let's work on your college debt. You live at home with your parents. I live at home with my parents, so on and so forth. She ended the engagement, which unfortunately happens more often than not. People break up or whatever. because of that.
Because
So,
of that.
Okay. Because
yeah.
of that.
No, because of that. Because
That.
I wasn't
okay.
moving at the pace that she wanted me to move. When
That's
again,
true.
when I proposed, I'm like, hey, we ain't getting married right away. You got college, you got all this student loan debt. I'm inherit that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. A
so
lot of
nah,
people
like,
understand that.
so, but yeah, it was a little debacle to deflect a little bit.
I think a lot of people feel like when it comes to, like you said, with the student debt, I think a lot of them feel like, oh, you don't want to be there to support me type of mentality. So
Mhm.
it's like, because they come in it, most females, I'm gonna say, come
Mhm.
into a relationship, um, thinking like old fashioned, old school, where the man is supposed to take care of you, he's supposed to pick up everything that and supposed to take you from B to A,
Yeah,
but
Mhm.
and
absolutely.
and so that really kind of ruins. And a lot of young, like you said, a lot of millennials, they really don't understand that is actually a plus to take care of your debt, because it's actually going to be better for both of y'all. It's not just
In the
you
long
paying,
run.
that's your
Mhm.
shit. It's not,
Mhm.
it's not just you. It's you trying to help build and have a better future for when y'all do eventually get married. I understand
Exactly.
that. I understand
You know,
that.
and I was like, look, I just got another job. I'm out of college now. You know, like I'm making more money. I'll help you pay your student loan debt off while we're living at home with our
Oh,
parents, and we don't
okay.
have
So
the
what was her
extra
problem?
expenses.
Well,
What
what
the
was
hell
her
was her problem?
problem? Because
I
I
Wait
thought
a
she was
minute.
just
Wait a
saying
minute.
like your debt is yours, but you said I will help you pay.
I was
So
willing to
what's
help her
her
pay off
issue?
some of her student loan debt while I was living home with my parents, and she was living at home
Wait a
with her parents.
minute.
You
So
know,
what was
so
her issue? We need to get into
Wait
that.
a
Can we
minute.
make that
What
our
was
next topic?
the
I
what was
mean,
the issue here? Wait a minute. What's
she
wrong with me? Wait a minute.
she
You know, I don't want to say it like this, but what was wrong with you?
I wasn't.
Right. I
I'm
want
sorry.
to say that.
I
I
don't
was
want to say it
I
like
was
that, but what was
I was
wrong with
I
you?
was too controlling. You
Oh
know,
wow.
in one instance,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, so
You
I
being
was told.
honest, but you being honest.
But then
She
see,
said
here's
so.
my
He was
thing with the
told.
controlling bit. I'm
That's what he
play
was
devil's
told.
advocate. Yeah, that's what I was told. I mean, because
Okay.
a lot of times, a lot of our people tend to use terms and assign different emotional attachments and
That's
responses to
true.
the words, right?
That's true.
So the word control is also synonymous with the word leadership and counsel. You
Exactly.
know, so it's like, okay, a man is technically supposed to be controlling. He's supposed to be a leader. You know, he's supposed to influence a woman in a positive way so
Absolutely.
that, you know, she moves a particular way or moves to his beat, you know,
Yeah.
as the leader, you know. And from that standpoint, she wasn't trying to be on that page with me. She was too busy listening to the homegirls, you
Were they
know, and
single?
Not the
of
homegirls
course
They were
saying,
single.
not the
they
single
were
ones.
single,
I
you
knew they
know,
was.
and then of
See?
course, and here we are years later to talk about it. She's a single mother and she's still not married.
Wow.
So it's like, my dear, you went from being engaged to
Just
after
still
our
being single.
relationship ended or our engagement ended to being a single mom or getting pregnant 4 months later or after the fact.
Oh, so she didn't have children when you and her were together?
No, she had no children. She was a couple years older than me. Like I said, I'm 35 at this point, so she's
Double
37
homicide.
now. We were in our 20s, so I was like, what, 24? She was 26. So I mean, it was
Okay.
cool, but you know, and I'm not trying to bad talk or anything, but that's part of what the dynamic of problems are with dating and us millennials now. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we've
Homegirl
got our
always
heads
got
in the
something to
clouds a lot
say.
of times.
And
You
we
know,
always gonna go with what the homegirl said. No, cause
the
Keisha
grass is.
had told
Mhm.
me, Keisha had said, and I'm going off of what Keisha said. Well, Keisha ain't got no man. Keisha over there with 15 kids and by herself and no man. So
Yeah,
you gonna listen to Keisha?
yeah.
And I ain't even gonna lie, there are some things that when I go through something in my relationship,
Mm-hmm.
I don't reach out to certain
Friends.
certain homegirls, certain
Yeah.
friends to
And
get
you
advice
can't.
from. And I can't. I normally I call KD and I'd be like, look, I need your opinion, girl, because I know she's not gonna steer me wrong. And I know that she's gonna, help me look at the bigger picture.
She's been married for 12 years. So,
She's
I
been
mean,
married
that
for 12
says
years.
something, you know,
Yeah.
that's much respect, you know. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
she gets it, you know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome.
There's definitely things that I reach out to her and get her opinion on before I go left. Gabrielle said this always the single girl. It is always the single girlfriends who try to tell you what to do with your man.
Because they need you to
And
go out with them.
they need you.
Uh-huh.
And Dara said Hamid, she couldn't see the vision. She couldn't see the vision, and he dropped her. Gotta
You know,
watch
and
them home. Yep, you gotta watch them
I,
homegirls in there. You gotta watch them.
Yeah, and from my standpoint, I mean, I'm in a pretty good position financially. I mean, at this point in my life, I'm dating a woman. We get in a relationship. We talking about marriage. Like, sweetie, you ain't got to work if you don't want to. You know, if you working, then it just be added value by having
All
additional
my
money
single
come into the
homegirls,
household.
hop on this.
You
I
know,
got hella single
so it's
homegirls
like
that's good people. Let
from
me tag
that
these.
standpoint, from that
Yeah.
standpoint, it's like I was scratching my head back then. It was really wild, and the wild part about that is I'm still tight with her dad and some of her cousins and both her brothers and whatnot. They still hit me up from time to time, ask me IT questions and whatnot. So it's cool.
Okay, that's nice. That's good. So do you and her have any type of communication? Have y'all talked? Have y'all,
No, I
So
did see her
after the breakup, did you guys try to reconcile?
So we initially broke up at one point, then we tried to reconcile, and then we got back together, and then that's when I proposed after the fact. So,
Okay.
But then after that happened, there was no reconciliation.
So not to be in your business, but what caused the initial breakup the first time?
The initial breakup was, I'm trying to think, that was a long time ago. Shoot, that was back in 2010, maybe? Something like that. Yeah, initial breakup had to be about, I don't even remember. Probably some young-minded nonsense. I honestly don't even remember.
Okay.
Yeah, some young-minded nonsense. I remember Velvet Rope was a situation. I remember one night we were all down at Velvet Rope or something, and we broke up and didn't talk. But it was something stupid.
It was something so dumb.
And we all fast forward 10 years later. I'm 35, go back to 25. I'm like, I could have handled such and such differently, or it's like we broke up over something petty initially. It was definitely something petty.
So that was your last real long-term relationship?
No, I got into a long-term relationship after her, and I was with her for 5 years.
Okay.
So for me, I'm not a religious black man. So the church thing was a big issue for me. I'm like, hey, I'm not rocking with the church aspect of things. So at this point in my life, I've come to the realization that, okay, if a woman is church oriented, I can't do it.
So she can have some type of faith, but if she's embedded into the ministry, it's a no-no.
Correct.
For you.
Because technically speaking, she's supposed to be embedded into her man.
That's
a woman's supposed to be embedded to her husband, her man. Obviously, the end game is marriage. So look, if you getting up going to go, and as a man, you getting up going to go to church to sit in the pulpit or whatever, to sit in the face of another man. As a man, that's a problem. A lot of brothers won't be honest and upfront about it, but that's a problem. If my woman, my mate, my counterpart, my wife, etc., is more interested in what another man has to say in the church because he's supposed to be a pastor or a minister, that's a problem.
That's deep.
And my dad, he and I had conversations about this. And my mother is not a religious person. My dad's not super religious. And I mean, my name is Hamid. I grew up Muslim. My mom was Christian at one point years ago. My mother's like, look, to hell with that church nonsense. I'm rocking with this guy here. So that's how I kind of look at things,
So did she convert to Islam, so to speak?
Nope.
Did she convert? She's just still a Christian?
Nope. My mother's not even Christian. I don't even remember any point my mom going to church ever. Unless, of course, it was for a family function or family event, because I've got pastors and deacons and whatnot in my family.
Yeah.
On my mother's side. And then on my dad's side, I've got, folks that are imams and be all into the masjid. So it's like I grew up seeing both sides of the spectrum. And it's like, from the religious aspect of things, it's like, we're not doing the religiosity aspect of it.
That's deep. Right. And they're saying, because she's gonna come home and say, Pastor said,
I was thinking
exactly. We can't. We're not equally yoked.
And as a man, men don't care about what other men have to say. You know what I mean? Like you're more concerned about what this Negro has to say. It's another man, and that's the problem.
I can honestly say that for me, I am of Christian faith. I don't go to church how I used to. I don't go, and let me just say I don't go at all. However, I still believe in that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. That's my firm belief. However, my boyfriend is an atheist. You know, so sometimes when I be like, thank you, Jesus, he be like, there you go. I'm like, well, look, I don't talk about your choice, you know, to not believe in anything. This is my belief. If I want to say my grace every time I eat, I'm going to say my grace every time I eat.
Right.
You know, and if I want to, if you, and it's crazy that like you will say, if I sneeze, he'll say, bless you. You know, to me,
that's how he was raised.
You know, but it's crazy because he was raised in the church, but when he got older, but I had to think about it. This may be funny. I'm gonna just tell it real quick. They paid them to go to church. You know, here go $2 or some candy to go to church. You know, but with me, it was like church has been embedded into my life since I was a young girl. So it's like, I love the Lord. I'm baptized. I'm everything. And it's like, well, I don't go to church now. I don't go at all, but I still believe. I have my faith. So I don't push that on to him. And I don't say, well, you need to read the Bible or you need to do this. You know, we talk about different stuff here and there, but we don't go too deep into it because his belief is his belief and my belief is my belief. So,
right.
You know, I just wanted to say that. But I guess, you know, for some, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter, you know.
And see, different strokes for different folks. So
different strokes for different folks.
And that's okay. You know, again, I go back to the same point of, you know, couple A might do something a particular way, couple B might do something a particular way. But as long as whatever all are doing as a couple, whatever works for you all is all that matters. That's really the important aspect of it.
Like
Yara said, church makes people dislike church, so I will pray at home. I pray at home.
You know, and church is technically not even like a man-made edifice. The church is you praying, you know, by yourself or with the group or whatever, you know, to the Most High, you know. So
whoever your Most High may be.
Exactly. It doesn't mean you have to go sit in a church on Sunday every Sunday to listen to somebody that's going to steal most of the money anyway.
Right.
You know, because that's what a lot of these pastors are doing.
Can't agree with
like,
that.
They got these 501c3s. You know, they got these 501c3 nonprofit institutions, and they don't give any money back to Black society. I could get with the church if they were at least helping to empower Black society financially from a tangible standpoint. They're like, yeah, you're going to get it in the afterlife. No, I kind of want it now. You know, these bills are due today or next week or next month. This mortgage needs to be paid.
Today.
We're hungry today.
You
know, not talking about no afterlife nonsense. You know, hey, we all died, but that's also my biggest
giving
argument
my 10% and I'm giving to the building fund and the put a doorknob on the church.
Exactly. You know,
I'm giving to the building fund and the water in the bathroom is still cold. And I'm confused.
Know, Baltimore City has these mega churches and they don't give anything back to Black society financially.
A lot of mega
churches.
Preachers too.
Yeah.
For somebody who played the church scene for a few years, I definitely not to take away from people who go to church and do whatever, but I have never saw in the Bible where Jesus saved somebody in some Gucci slides and some Louis Vuitton shoes and with a Louis bag. I never saw that Jesus went to church with his Bible in a Louis case. You know, I never saw that. You know, I never saw where Jesus went to church with an iPad. So for me, it's definitely that what made me back away, not to, you know, go off subject, but that made me back away from the church scene altogether. Because it's like, oh, if you wasn't the who's who, oh, you can't come, you can't sit here, or oh, who are you? Or you can't talk to this person, and oh, she got on Gucci, I got on Louis, so we friends. You know, it was like, whoa, you know. But that's another story for a different show, because that's
right
all together. But yeah.
See, and to that point, like going back to the dating aspect of it, you know, hey, when we getting out of my bed on Sunday to go to church, you getting praying. That's one of the reasons why I broke up with my ex-girlfriend, you know, who I was with for 5 years. And I would have probably married her if she would have understood that she's not the captain on the ship, I'm the captain, you know. So, you know, she wanted to try to say, okay, well, I'm dictating certain, you know, you got to do this or do that. It's like, my dear, you're not in a position to dictate to me anything. You know, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
You know, and then gave me an ultimatum. I need to be engaged by my birthday, or else what? Like, you're not working right now. You barely want to cook or clean anything. I'm going out to go to work. I asked you to fold some clothes.
So wait a minute. She's sitting at home. She ain't got no job, and she can't cook or clean.
Correct.
No, she wanted you to take care of her.
Yeah, she wanted something else. She wanted I don't know. I don't know what the
You
hell
know,
she want.
hey,
You were supposed to get a maid.
I guess in her eyes. In her eyes, yeah.
You supposed to
Hell.
call what's that, Mary Maid? You supposed to call Mary Maid.
The artist saying what you said that she didn't have. She don't
No, I
have to
said she
work, but he's
wasn't
saying
working. Yeah,
she
she didn't
wasn't
have,
working.
she wasn't working.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
wasn't
saying that
working, but then
his
wanted to
future
dictate to
wife
me.
doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
His future wife don't have to work. If we dating, you gotta bring something and just sitting in the
I
house
was
all
ready
day.
to say that.
She
I mean, she
can't
was
come
working,
clean.
lost a job.
She can't come clean. Come on now, you gotta be better than pretty. Yeah, you gotta be more
Yeah,
than just
I mean,
pretty.
you know, and I'm
Gotta be
the
more
kind of
than
dude
pretty.
I will typically only date pretty attractive black women. So it's like, hey, you pretty and all, you might get dudes hollering at you on a regular basis. I'm cool with that. I'm secure enough in my own masculinity. It's like, hey, if another dude's looking, you should be looking, you know.
Right.
But at that same time, it's like the
At
pretty
that same
face, you're
time.
gonna get old, you know.
Right.
You're gonna get old. That looks gonna fade at some point.
It sure
You
Yeah. So
know.
and I need to know, can you whip up an egg sandwich?
Right. Can you
Can
cook
you
a
make
whole
some
meal?
tuna?
So
Can you unscrew a can? Like, you know, can you open it with a can opener? What can you do?
So between
Nobody
the
wants
Sunday religious aspect of things and then giving me an ultimatum, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm like, all right,
Wow.
I'm out.
That's true.
So I
Yeah.
mentally checked out of the relationship, and then I was like, you know, this ain't gonna work.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
Okay.
But
Now,
Okay.
what are some of the expectations that you look for when you out in the dating scene? Like what's too much and what's not doing enough? What do you?
so now we talking about like from an actionary standpoint, like expecting to do certain things. Like
Yeah.
I don't have many expectations outside of, you know, a woman being feminine, a woman being amicable, rather, you know, in shape, catering, and submissive. Everything else, oh, and of course, not religious. You know, everything else can be work wittable from my standpoint. You know, I'm an African-centered black man. I'm a book smart dude. I read a lot. I'm a historian. You know, it's one of my hobbies or whatever. You know, she ain't got to be all into it, but you know, that's
what
work
I was
wittable.
very asked.
You know,
Yeah.
and then of
Now,
course
when
we go
you
back
say
to
in shape, what you mean she just can't be over a certain amount of? Because I see a lot of men
Or
say,
did
"Oh,
she
she
just
gotta
like
be
to
in
work
shape."
out?
Because it could be you could be a thick sister and work out, and that's how your body is structured. You know, I know a lot of thicker women who also work out, but they just still thick.
See, I work out, so if you ain't in shape from my standpoint as a man, I can't do nothing.
Well,
I can't do nothing with
standpoint?
that.
Well, what's your standpoint?
Listen, hold on, listen. Well, I can fool you because I look like I work out every day, but I can eat the hell out of some food.
Mother don't lift a pin. You hear me? She's skinny and don't lift a pin.
I fool you real quick, and I do not work out.
She can't even lift grocery bags.
See, I mean, everybody's metabolism and makeup is different. So I mean, I can respect that, you know. Mm-hmm. But from my standpoint, she got to be in shape. That's my expectation. Okay. So you know,
so she could be thick as long as she work out. She could be a thick sister.
I mean, she could be thick all she wants. I mean, as long as
there's some thick, pretty girls out here.
There's some thick, pretty girls out here.
I agree.
And there is the workout queen, honey. That is the workout queen.
So would you say? So I just had a conversation with my husband, and he basically was like, "Yeah, babe, I want to start going to the gym." And he know I got bad cardio. I just not doing it. Like I said, I eat whatever I want, and I'm good right now. So we not doing that. But he was saying it was more for my health and not for my look. Is that what you're get? Is that where you're coming from as far as
now? That's where I jump into it, because now we start talking about health and wealth, right? You know, I'm a health food eater. You know, I'm avid about not eating certain things. I don't eat bad. I'm not gonna stuff myself full of food. So she's got to be, you know, willing to be on that train as well. So, you know, it's like, hey, I'm over here eating this salad, as an example. And she's smashing some steak or some pork chops or something, you know, like, nah. So it's like, if she's going to cook for me, you got to be able to be on that same page as well with that.
You changing my diet. I like to eat.
So you're saying, okay. So say like she make you Sunday dinner. She can't go in there and make some collard greens, some baked macaroni and cheese, and some yams, and like some chicken, some baked chicken. So she can't do that.
So I don't eat chicken. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. Right?
As you say, yeah.
But, are you pescatarian?
You know, I'm pescatarian. Yeah. So I do a lot of seafood. I'm also allergic to crabs. I'm also allergic to shrimp, calamari, mussels. lobster,
You like
whatever. So my options are relatively small. So it's like, I'll take.
You might as well go vegan, baby. Go vegan and go home.
But see, going the vegan route, the vegan route, unfortunately, a lot of people that are vegan eat a lot of processed foods. I also don't eat a whole lot of processed foods with a lot of artificial chemicals and all that other nonsense in it.
Right.
But so I'm cool with her cooking some collard greens or some baked mac and cheese or whatever. But you can't do baked mac and cheese every other day. The starch is unhealthy. Yeah. So if she's willing to be on that page from that standpoint, then cool. Or learn some things. It's like and people can be people can learn new things, which goes back into KD's point about education. So it's like, hey, I'm willing to be educated enough, or we can segue a little bit. We can it's work wittable, as I like to say.
True.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I'm trying to see. Indira said something, Nate. Indira said, I am a vegetarian, no seafood either. My partner eats meat, and I serve him what he likes, but he must attend the gym 3 days a week.
That's a compromise. That's a compromise.
That's a good compromise. I like that.
Respect on that.
Ashley said, you can eat good, but you can eat healthy sometimes. It's a good balance for your health. Okay. Relationship goals. That is relationship goals. Yeah. Indira is definitely a workout freak, I say, and she does it religiously. That's her church. She calls it her war room when she goes and works out, and I love it because I love where she'll show you where she came from to where she is now. No surgeries, no let me go get this lipo, let me go get this BB out. It was all strictly workout routine, healthy eating, and stuff like that. So she's definitely an inspiration to me, so to speak, and she definitely is a religious avid workout person. She goes 16 days a week out of 7. So I know that's not possible, but she, she said, it's my favorite place. She loves that place. She loves the gym, and I love to see her work out. I love
and Darren, you can take a partner with you. If my husband looking for y'all, she goes with her partner. She goes with her partner as well. Yeah,
right,
she does.
With y'all, and I'm gonna sit on the side and watch y'all all three.
She said, "I'm gonna sit on the side and watch y'all work out."
All right, baby, you run on that treadmill. You do your thing.
But see, but that's the thing when dealing with relationships. We got to be honest about some of these conversations. Conversations need to be had, and absolutely. We don't want to deal with the uncomfortable aspect of having these conversations, but they have to be had.
Absolutely, that's true.
We got to be honest with one another about having.
Honest. I was going to say that. You have to be honest. That's the biggest thing.
Real talk.
That's the biggest thing. Because if you're gonna be, if you're gonna lie about the small things, or you're gonna keep back the small things, when we get further into the relationship or eventually get married down the line, how do I know what big things you would keep?
Fact.
Right. How do I know what big things? Yeah, absolutely. I love how open you are. Ashley say, KD, you better work out with your husband. And Dara said, right, we must talk about the uncomfortable topics. We have to. We have to talk about the things that most people don't think about. How are we going to do this? How are we going to maintain this healthy relationship? How are we going to maintain ourselves?
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Talk about it.
Yeah. But we're going to go to a brief commercial break, you guys. Please tune back into the second part of this Dating 2021 aspect. Yeah. We're going to get some more information from Hamid. If there's any single women out there who would like to chime in, please feel free to flood our comment section, our DM, everything.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about when he was talking. I think him and Jessica would make a little pair. What you say?
I think so. She always trying to set somebody up with her darn sister. Always trying to set something up with her darn sister.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. We're going to take a brief commercial break. Hamid, would you tune back in with us and answer some more questions and give some more tips? Can you hear me? Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. We are definitely happy to have our guest in the building, Hamid, a single black, awesome black man in the building. But before we get started, y'all know how I like to start off the second half. If you guys would like to be a sponsor, please be sure to flood that DM. Email us as PodcastIAmShe@gmail.com. We will definitely be honored to have you guys as a sponsor. We will definitely be elated to hear from you. You know, if you, like I said, if you have anything going on, if you have any type of major event coming up, and you just need a little bit of exposure or you need some media coverage, be sure to hit us up at I.Am.She Live, I.Am.She Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. We're here live every single Saturday from 11 to 1 with some awesome topics. We're thankful. We're honored to have our viewers, our subscribers. We love you guys. Please remember, it takes nothing to like, share, and subscribe. It takes nothing to like, share, and subscribe. So we're just thankful to have you guys here on today. I don't know what's happening right now, but we're going to get back into, jump right back into it with the dating in 2021. We definitely, I loved hearing from Hamid and what he had to say and his sharing. We are definitely, you know, coming from a young black man who is single with no kids, it's definitely a lot. You know, it's definitely a lot for him to go through. I had a couple comments in my messenger from Ashley, who is also a married woman. She's married, but she definitely just had topics or something to say. She said that when you speak on topics that are uncomfortable, you unlock a new level of your lover's honesty. She said, depending on how the conversation goes, both parties have to be willing to be open with each other. So I like that. You have to be willing to talk about the things that make you uncomfortable, that makes everybody uncomfortable. Because, you know, once you get into the relationship, it's like, oh, I didn't know you ain't like that.
Right.
You find out things about a person like, wait a minute. I ain't know you ain't like sugar on your grits. I ain't know you just like to put straight salt on them. That ain't what I like. And then, you know, you fussing because you want to put sugar on your grits and he don't want sugar on his grits. So
that's called cream of wheat.
What, sugar on grits?
Yes, it's called cream of
Girl,
wheat.
bye. It's called grits with sugar,
It's called cream of
honey.
wheat. We ain't gonna argue about
It's
this
called,
today, honey. That's another
it's called
argument.
grits with sugar.
Mama called it cream of wheat.
She did. I hated cream of wheat growing up. My aunt used to make me eat it. I hated cream of wheat. It just wasn't my thing. I ain't like it. But we're gonna jump back into the topics on dating. Nate, it is not called oatmeal.
no,
Oatmeal is called oatmeal.
Right. It's cream of wheat. It's the same box.
No, cream of wheat is not the same thing. Cream of wheat is cream of
You
wheat.
put some sugar in it, it still tastes like cream of wheat. Ashley, come on, chime in, because she playing with Mama. Don't you play with Mama like that.
So wait a minute, you don't put sugar on your grits?
Hell no, we put salt, pepper, and cheese.
Ew.
That is banging.
That's why I don't eat at everybody's house. That's why I don't eat at your house now. That's why I don't eat at your house now. See? That's why. You can't even make me a pack of biscuits.
I can make
you
some
tell her how
biscuits.
You can't make Mama biscuits.
You right.
Nate, you can have that nasty oatmeal.
Nate, oatmeal is good too.
I don't really care for oatmeal.
I
was doing this diet. I was doing this diet thing with my coworkers, right? So we had to eat oatmeal every day. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I can't do it. What's a fruit?
I like the brown sugar oatmeal. The maple brown sugar oatmeal. That was good.
Like that
but I don't like oatmeal
and strawberries and peaches.
I don't like the fruit ones. The fruit ones is nasty. I'm very picky about what I eat. I just had this conversation with Jalen the other day about me being picky about my food because I told him I don't eat turkey.
Really?
He's like, you don't eat turkey? I don't eat turkey. So I'm like, I don't eat turkey wings. Since when you stop eating turkey wings? I said, because I don't eat them. I just don't. I don't eat them anymore. But say you don't eat them anymore. Don't say you don't eat them. I said, I don't eat them. Like, I don't eat it. Like, for Thanksgiving, I won't make a turkey because I don't eat turkey.
I will. I'll still make a turkey.
Not making it.
I still make
You get your life together, Nate.
For me to be pescatarian, I will partake in some turkey.
They say, you gonna eat my turkey. I ain't eating that damn turkey, Nate. You better have some ham.
With some gravy on it.
You put gravy on your turkey?
I'm eating turkey. I'm eating ham. I'm eating all of the above.
All right, let's hop back into it, guys. So when it comes down to expectations, are we expecting too much or are we expecting not enough?
Right.
With Hamid, he came out with his expectations. He expects you to be fit. eat healthy.
At least eat healthy, yeah.
At least eat healthy.
Yeah, at least eat healthy.
Okay, and be what else you say?
Yeah, you gotta be feminine,
Hold up.
Be amicable.
What else? You ain't going over Kid's house at all to eat no damn turkey.
I'm gonna make you some turkey without. I'm gonna bring it right
coming over your house to eat turkey.
I'm gonna bring it right on to you. I'm bringing it right on to you. Me and David gonna bring
it in the ground. Knock the plate in the ground.
But see, yeah, like unfortunately, a lot of brothers, and I'm gonna talk trash about some of these men out here. A lot of dudes on up front, right out the gate. And as a man, you can't do that.
Right.
You can't do it.
And then, like I said, in your head, you may have something that may be going on, and then the other person may be having something going on in their head. And then when something happens, it's like, well, you should have done such and such. But wait a minute, I was never told that I should be doing this, or I was never asked, or that was never relayed to me. So now we have a big disagreement, or big argument, or big debacle when it shouldn't have been a debacle anyway.
Right.
So we could talk about expectations like doing too much, like.
What's too much?
I don't want to say. I don't think there is a too much, because if you're doing the most for your woman as a man, I'm cool with that.
But what if they come in with certain expectations that are beyond what they already have for themselves as far as growth and the things that
that's a good point.
Money, certain stabilities.
Yeah, my thing is, I want to talk about the table. I hear this a lot in a lot of conversations in a lot of groups that I'm in. What can you bring to the table? I've had somebody ask me this before. What can I bring to your table? Well, apparently nothing, because you got it all, and it was like, oh, I got my own house and I got my own this and I got my own. And I said, so what? Well, where is the room for me to bring anything to the table if you got all of your own and it's all of yours? That's yours. It's not ours or mine.
Do you
So
feel
what
like
room do
that's
you leave?
something? Do you feel like that would be something that you would put on the table, Ahmad, or do you feel like that's? I feel like
Hamid.
it's a little inappropriate.
That man name is Hamid.
Hamid, I'm so sorry, Hamid.
Look,
Who
hey, look,
the
it
hell is
happens all the
Ahmad?
time. I've been dealing with it for my entire life. It's all good. I ain't taking
They said he bring the whole
no ill
damn
heartedness
Nate,
about it at all. So, but go ahead, continue with your question.
Would you? I feel like that's very inappropriate. I mean, is that something that you would bring, to the table? First meeting somebody or when you dating, like what can you bring? What can you bring
I
to the table? What can you match?
I've never in any of my dating situations, any of my previous relationships, made a statement like that. Now, some of the women I've dated have actually made statements like that to me. What do you bring to the table? But usually it would come off in a snarky kind of mean kind of demeanor, you know. But from my standpoint, I've never made a statement like that,
Right.
you
I
know.
feel like
And
it's inappropriate.
I would
I feel
agree.
like it is too.
I
I
would
feel like
agree.
it is too
I
because
feel
it's
like you're
like,
searching for something.
yeah,
Like
you
you already
expect what
got
you
in
expected me to
mind.
bring.
Yeah.
Somebody said expectations are based on personal experience and have nothing to do with the other person and shouldn't be put on the new person.
Absolutely.
Cam said,
Agreed.
don't expect anything. That way you won't be surprised.
Right.
I definitely don't, I don't expect you to come to the table with the works, you know what I'm saying? But come with something. Come with the plan. For me,
See, at
when
least a
dating a
plan.
man, I need you to come with a plan.
I can
Because
agree.
if we're gonna be together and we're gonna do this and you're gonna be the leader, I need you to have a plan. Now I need to know what that plan is. And then if there's some tweaking, are you willing to let me tweak? Because
Right.
just because you have the plan don't mean your plan gonna always work or follow
Right.
through.
Right.
So it's always, are you willing to also let a woman say, hey babe, let's try it this way because I don't know if
Right.
that's going to work. Are you willing to make that compromise?
Agreed. From my standpoint, I am. I mean, like, like that works. Hey, it's like, sure, I might be the captain of the ship, I might be the leader, I'm the man, all that good stuff, but that doesn't mean that you the woman that you're dating or you whom you're in a relationship with, that doesn't mean that they don't have value or their input isn't needed. Of course it's needed.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like
when I dated
your
this
idea
dude,
might be better than my idea.
yeah,
Maybe you have something that can tweak it. It's like, all right, well, we could have jumped 5 steps with just my idea, but we jumped 10 steps with you having added value to it, or adding something to it. So yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to date a guy who feel like I don't have anything to offer. Like his word is sovereign, so to speak. So it's like,
right.
We tried it your way 100 times, and you can't try my way one time. And all of your 100 times have failed. So I'm confused.
I ain't thinking with you.
I ain't thinking with you.
The only time you get to dictate certain things, and this is my position. Like, all right, I'm gonna use 2 professions. Like, if you're a nurse or something like that, and you're telling me something about like sutures or stitches or something related to that environment, I'm not a nurse.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and listen to what's being said because that's an arena that I'm not familiar with.
That's
and that's the one thing that I find more often than not a lot of people don't want to do. We want to start talking about opinions and beliefs and, oh, I feel this way about this. Well, if this is this person's profession, or if he or she knows what the hell is going on with relations to a particular topic, and he or she is an expert at that, well, then that's not your lane. At that point, you have to take a back seat and just listen.
As long as you ain't
and it
coming
goes
back
for both
talking about
men and women.
As long as you ain't coming back talking about what the pastor said.
Right. As long as you ain't coming back talking about pastor said.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Long as you ain't talking about what the pastor said, that's all that matters.
No, we can't be doing that. No pastor. No,
we can't be talking about what pastor said. Pastor ain't here with us every day and ain't living with us 365 days. Ain't in our relationship. You see pastor on Sunday, sometime on Wednesday night for Bible study, but that's about it. You don't pastor not here with us. And who's to say pastor life is all good at home too? Because is he married?
And that's the biggest
How
thing.
is his relationship with his wife?
That is the biggest thing. That's the expectation that I find a lot too from talking to single people. They are looking at somebody else's window. Stop looking at somebody else's window because you don't know if they're showing you everything.
Sweep around your own front door before you sweep around.
You only see what you only see what's going on outside.
Right.
You don't know the inner workings or the inner dynamics of their relationship, marriage, so on and so forth.
Because what works for them don't work for you.
Exactly.
You got to figure your own situation out.
Exactly. More often than not, a lot of our people don't want to be honest about that. We're too busy looking at thinking the grass is greener on the other side, whatever that might be. It's like, well, shit, if you watered your own grass, you'd be okay.
Absolutely.
Because the grass ain't always green. It look green.
No,
when you get over there, they done painted that shit.
Right. Exactly. You find out it's fake. You got full grass and whatnot.
That's why grass say they put some fake grass there.
They put some turf down.
That was just the will you in there. You're like,
damn, baby, I ain't seen you cut your grass all summer, baby. It's perfect, like me. It's
right.
Whole time it's some damn turf. You lying bastard. Oh my gosh. But I so in terms of expecting not enough, I think that oftentimes women do settle for just the bare minimum. He working, he work at McCormick, but baby, he been in the production line for 10 years. He ain't supervisor yet. Like he been there. He work at university, but what do he do? Housekeeping. Well, damn, he ain't the supervisor yet. Like, I expect some type of movement. If I'm moving up and I'm getting a better job and I'm getting promotions, and you still housekeeping, what are your plan? What is your plan for the future? You want to stay here all your life? I don't expect everybody to be a business owner. See, I tell people a lot, I'm not business minded. I have a lot of great ideas, but I am not the one to own a business. My partner wants to be a landlord, so to speak. So he want to have real estate property. He want to invest in real estate. That's not my thing. That's your plan. That's you. But that ain't my thing. I don't mind. It may sound dumb and cliche to some people. It may sound dumb. I don't mind getting up working my 9 to 5 because I know if I had my own business and I'm supposed to open up at 9 o'clock,
you ain't open.
I'm getting there at 12.
I'm getting there when I'm honest about it though.
Right. That's
I know I told you I was closing at 5. It's 3:30.
I decided to close at 3
now.
Right.
I know I only open up for 2 hours. That's my business. But I am not business savvy, and I am not the type to be like, I own my own business. I don't mind getting out here going to work in my 9 to 5. However, if I'm working, I want to also be able to say, look, how can I move up? Because I'm not trying to be sitting here being regular schmegular dagler this whole time. I need to move up. I need to do something. So a lot of times, a lot of them be like, oh, he been there for 15 years. Pop ain't moved up yet. He He don't want to go. No, he don't want to quit and get a better job. Okay. All right, cool. Okay.
You play too
Some people are okay with being stuck. You own one now, so stop saying it. I know I own one now, Nate, but I know I own a business now. I.Am.She Podcast is a business. It might not be to some people, but it's a business to me.
And I do appreciate you coming on time and not leaving.
I'm here every Saturday. I am on time. Every Saturday.
Me and you to say we hate getting out early in the morning.
Oh, don't say no almost, Nate. I'm on time all the time, Nate. Don't say no almost.
Yes, you will.
That means you need to improve your professionalism. Don't speak that over your life. Okay, Nate, I won't speak it. My father Nate is responding now, honey.
I would tell the truth. They could put me out there. I'm almost always late. I be running.
Yeah, she ain't never on time.
I be running.
Ain't never. I bet you she go to that 9 to 5 on time.
I don't go there either on time. I get there when I get there. I'm just for real.
But oftentimes, a lot of women just settle for the bare minimum, and they feel like, oh, he got a job. But yeah, he been there 10 years, and he been in the same position for 10 years. He not training nobody or nothing. He not a manager or anything. Like, he don't want to get extra money. He been in that profession for 10 years, but there's more that he could do. Nate said oftentimes men settle too. Men do settle.
That's what I was going to say. How do you feel about that?
Hamid.
Hamid. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get it. I'm gonna get it.
So take your
Just
time.
call him
Take your time.
Mead. Just call him Mead.
Okay.
Or
That's
you can
what
just call me.
everybody
You can call me Mead. Everybody
Okay.
calls me Mead anyway. I started to
Call
put that
him
in there, but I
Mead.
was like, all right, let me put my
Come
actual
on.
name in there.
Okay.
But
She worse
from
than the
my
white people.
standpoint, I'm a play devil's advocate, right?
Okay.
Okay,
So
go
it's
ahead.
like from
Yeah.
the settling aspect, like we could talk about the jobs and all that good stuff. But like both men and women settle, but it's like when we look at the majority of people, most people are regular people. Most people are average, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
when we look at most people just being regular people, which is okay, you know, everybody's not an entrepreneur, everybody's not a business owner, everybody's not a millionaire, so on and so forth. And, you know, that's okay. So from the settling aspect of things, it's like you kind of quote unquote settle for who you are really as a person. So it's like you look at your 5 closest friends, you look at your peers, like generally you attract what you are for the most part.
That's true.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But in the era that we live in now, with the social media, everybody's balling out of control. Everybody's got all this money. Everybody's buying Louis. Everybody's wearing Prada, Gucci. You know, people are buying all kind of designer nonsense, and everybody's taking trips and whatnot. It's a whole bunch of unrealistic nonsense.
That's true.
So it's like from a settling aspect of things, it's like, well, you know, I look at it as settling not necessarily being a bad thing. You know, if you got a good mate by your side, you know, despite whatever he or she from a job standpoint may or may not be doing, I'm like, cool. If that works for y'all cool.
Okay. From a job standpoint, yeah, you know, if that's what your choice is, if that's what you choosing to do, then yeah, you know. But I don't want to be stuck in, you know, in this situation forever. I dated a guy once before who he had just got his own place, but it was a studio apartment. He had been there for I think about 3 or 4 years before I even met him, and somebody had asked him like, "Hey, do you plan on moving up? Do you plan on moving out?" He was like, "No, I'm comfortable here." And I was like, "But what happens if you get married? Where your wife going to sleep?" No, it was like, you gonna stay in your studio apartment forever? You don't want to move out? You don't want to get a house? You don't want to get 2 bedrooms? No,
so did he not want to get married? Did he not want to get married?
He wanted to get married. He said, "I'm gonna stick beside him."
Right.
He wanted to get married, but he just was comfortable there. And let me just put this disclosure in there. He had been previously incarcerated for a long period of time. And by a long period of time, I mean like 20 years. So
he's trying to get his life together.
Somebody had stated to him, like, you know, it's kind of like a jail cell. You had everything right there. You had your kitchen, your bathroom, your room. So it was kind of like you still stuck in that institutionalized mindset instead of saying, you know what? I would like for my room to be away from my bathroom for once in a lifetime. You know, I would like to go down a hall to go to the kitchen or go down a hall to go to the bathroom. It was like he lived in a studio apartment, and it was kind of like the friend said, it reminded him of a jail cell because he was so used to being in that confined space that's what he was used to.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He was comfortable. Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, when it comes down to wanting to move out, Nate said women often want all the images of better than none of the foundations of it. What that mean, Nate? What you mean? Better than none of the foundations of it. I want to know what you mean by that. But I know there's a lot that we choose to deal with and choose not to deal with when it comes to dating. A lot of times it's like, what do you want? What do you want? And you have to be upfront about what you want as a person. What can you deal with? What can't you deal with? Like, look, my boyfriend hates that I go out. Now I cut back on my going out, but I'm not going to completely stop.
How much did
I like
you cut
to go
back?
out.
Because I be seeing you on social media. How much
Girl,
did you cut back? I'm coming for you. That's right. I'm coming for you today.
I stopped going out I'm not gonna say I go out. I went out. When I met him, I was going out every day. But I did have my fateful days, you know. Thursday night karaoke, Friday night ladies.
You were still living a single life, honey.
Sunday was crabs,
You
but I
still
cut
living
back.
a single life.
Okay.
You were
I
still
started
living
eating
a
crabs
single
at
life.
home. And they said women often want all the images of better, but none of the foundations of it. Staying in the studio while you get yourself together is more efficient than trying to move into a 3-story home to paint the illusion of doing good. Okay.
That's true.
He's right.
That is true.
That's accurate.
That's true. I like that. I like that standpoint.
That's true.
He gonna say yes I do, and she cut back a tiny bit. Boy, I cut back a lot. I don't even go out every day. I only go out now on Thursdays, and that's with my mama. It was a point where I was going out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now it's just
share a lot of y'all time together too when you go out.
But we share a lot of our time together. So he has to realize that too. So he don't think about the times where, if me and him go out, we going out. You know what I'm saying? He look at you going out again. And it's like, me and you was just out. If I'm with him, he's perfectly okay with it. If I'm going out with my friends, you going out again? I'd be like, again? But now I have only cut back to going out once a week. And that one day, which is Thursdays, is me and my mother. Me and my mom have our one day.
So that's not bad.
Thank you. It's like it's not bad. But it's just every Thursday, me and my mother go out every Thursday. She likes karaoke.
So now, like, if you're in a relationship and you constantly going out with the homegirls or the homeboys, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Like you at the club or you at happy hour every other day with the homies and you married. That's kind of an issue. Like, what are you doing playing the quote unquote scene every other day? Like you out here trying to be single and mingle. No, go back home, cater to your wife, cater to your husband.
I want my lady always around me. You're my best friend. You my best friend too, babe. But I like my me time. I love my me time. Shit.
Oh,
I need a break sometimes. I be like, damn, this nigga want to hang out again.
But if you're hanging out with you're hanging out with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or something like that, that's cool. Y'all always out together. Or y'all
that's
go out
it.
together.
Me and him always out together.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Me and I love going out with my husband. We go out everywhere together. We'll split up, come back together. We just got I don't know. He's got a different type of relationship.
I mean, well, obviously y'all doing something right. 12 years going. So I mean, hey, so shoot.
I ain't really a jealous person. That's one of the things. I'm not really a jealous person. I don't really,
She has no emotion.
I don't.
She is so emotionless.
I don't.
She just like, all right.
I try. Look, I try, but it's
girl, bye.
But I feel like that contributes to us being together so long because a lot of women aren't like that. A lot of women aren't able to say, oh yeah, you can go to the strip club, things like that. I mean, I understand there's certain things that men do. There's certain things that women do, and as long as you both are open and you both are going to come with the truth about whatever's going on, I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I don't want you sitting up under me all day long.
24/7.
Because I don't want you to go to the strip club. What really? Let's go. Come on.
She says,
no, you go. Bye. Get out. Hey, you need some ones?
For real,
she said you need some what?
Listen, funny story. We went to the strip club together in South Carolina. And the girl, it was a couple of us, and it's a strip club. So I know, they're doing their job. They want to dance on you. They want to get their tips. And the girl started dancing. He looked at me, he said, baby, she on me. She dancing on me. What did I do? I said, Pepper, what the hell you mean? Baby, is this okay? I'm like, really, you do not have to act like that. Let me go over here so you can, be a little bit more comfortable because you acting different. You acting real.
Right. You acting real like I don't like it.
You going there with your homeboys, but it's funny.
That ain't how you act. Mm-hmm.
It's funny because he was so busy worried about her dancing or him and all that other stuff. And then at the end of the day, she walked up to him and was like, I want your wife. No, you don't. We going home.
Me and him going home.
So he was worried about the wrong thing anyway.
Right.
You're worried about the wrong damn thing. Right. And speaking of you want your wife, when it comes down to dating, sex play a big part. Sex plays a huge part. I actually said yes to 12 years. Me and fishing. That's it. That's all he want to do. I listen. I love my man with everything in me. but for the life of me, I cannot do the gaming. I can't. You know, you want me to sit there and cheer you on. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Mead, are you a gamer?
So, like, all right. So I used to be in the video games. Like, I'm a big IT nut. You know what I mean? I'm a tech geek. Whatever. You know, I used to, when I was in my early 20s and late teens, I played games like a motherfucker. Now, I got an Xbox One sitting in my living room. Only time the thing gets turned on is when one of my cousins comes to my house and plays a video game. Oh, wow. So now, not really, not anymore these days.
Yeah.
But I get it though. You know.
Yeah. And I go fishing with them. You know, that's something I don't do it as often as I used to when we first.
Fishing is fun.
Like when the pandemic first hit, me and him was going a lot, but I like to be outside, and my outside is not just fishing, you know. So when stuff started opening back up, it was like, what rod? I got that. That's mine. I remember I had that, but I'm going over there though. He like, you don't even want to go fishing no more, because it's like, well, I did fishing as a hobby of yours when when everything was closed down.
But you had fun,
open. I had fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. Now he do like to go from sun up to sundown.
Right.
Not doing it. That's why I drive my car. You drive your car, because when I'm ready to go, I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying from sun up to sundown down. You want to stay from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is a work shift.
I mean, we sitting there, we fishing, we got beers going, you know, we got drink going. It's you know, it take a little bit of time, you know.
It's peaceful. Cool. I can stay from 7 to 12.
Definitely peaceful.
I can sit out there.
But on a Sunday, when it comes down to Sundays, do not ask me to go fishing with you on a Sunday and it's football season, because you know damn well I got to watch football. I am not about to be out here at no 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I'm going to miss a game. I'm not doing that. I like my football and I'm going to watch my football, and you're not going to make me miss it. That's just not.
Girl, that's what your phone for. Bring your phone out there.
Girl, my phone died.
Yeah, Katie got a good point. You know,
my phone died fast.
I'll put it on a charger. There we go. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I compromise. Shoot, I compromise a lot. But
I'm glad my husband don't like football. He don't like games, and I love it.
Ooh, I don't watch football or sports either. So I'm right there with him on that.
What do you do on Sundays?
What do we do on Sundays? We play with the kids. You know, we have movie night, things like that. We spend time.
So, what do you do on Sundays?
Whatever I feel like doing, literally. So I might be on some tech geek shit. I might decide to go out to happy hour or something. I might go out with the homies.
That's
go out on a date or something. That's single life nonsense.
See?
You know, I might be in the house reading a goddamn book or something. You know, unfortunately, I be curled up on a basement sofa with something like this.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
On some knowledgeable aspect of things. So you know,
all right,
read quite a bit. You know,
y'all better get out here.
Let's jump right into this sex thing, because y'all better get on him. That man reading. That man don't like no football or video games. That's most of y'all women complaints. So he don't like football or video games. But you better cook healthy good food.
I mean, I'll take some, like I said, I'll take some mac and cheese, you know.
Get some collard greens, some yams.
I'll take some collard greens, some yams.
Look,
with some baked fish.
That's some baked fish. There we go.
I think we got Jessica on here. Let me pull her card. Jessica, won't you say hello to me?
Hey, can Jessica cook?
Jessica is a vegan.
Oh, she's a vegan. Nice. Mm-hmm. She's vegan.
She's all into that organic stuff. Jessica, say hi to me.
Hey, Jessica.
Jessica said, if he can't skate, I can't do nothing with him.
Right.
Well, define skate, because I used to be a rollerblader when I was growing up. I used to
She's a skater.
She's a skater.
Roller skate. I mean, it's only as opposed to 4 inline wheels, you got 4 wheels. I could do that too.
She's an artist though too. She does all the instruments.
She probably rolls circles around me.
She will.
She definitely will. She will run circles. Okay.
Definitely will.
But okay, so when it comes down to dating, a lot of people. This is what I see. Somebody said after the second or third date, you have to have sex with them.
I saw
this in a group. I saw this.
Yes.
What?
I say
really?
Yes. All right. So men want sex.
Yeah.
Yes. When a man is looking at a woman, it's like we're not like, damn, I wonder what her intellectual capability is. We're looking at damn, shorty kind of bad.
Right.
I'm trying to go.
I get
I
it.
mean, we looking at a man's basic, primal instinct. I mean, when you look at the fact that we're mammals, and I'm gonna take it to the animal kingdom, we're mammals. So from a primalistic standpoint, sex is part of the situation because it relates to procreation, not just satisfaction, but still, like, hey, I'm trying to have sex. Men only really are going to take women out on dates because we trying to have sex.
With the
If we gonna be honest.
expectation of sex, yeah, I get
The
it.
expectation is sex. The end game is
So
sex with us.
after the second, the third date, say I pay for the third date. We go on a date. I take you on a date.
Okay.
You still expecting me to have sex with you after I pay for this date?
As men, we're still expecting sex.
That's a good question. I like that.
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And what if I don't? But we had a good date.
But I mean,
what if I don't?
Paid for it.
But we still expect sex
call me
at some
back?
point.
Nate just put something out there. Be careful mixing all that energy with temporary entanglement.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that. How long? So say if a girl make you wait, if a girl make you wait 30 days, how are you still interested? Are you still expecting to go on a date with her, court her? No.
As long as she can keep
you looking to get your rocks off elsewhere.
I mean, I'm gonna get my rocks off elsewhere. Like after 30 days, all the 30-day, 90-day, that Steve Harvey nonsense, that doesn't fly. You're like, we having sex before 30 days. That's my position. Because like if I'm actively pursuing you, we're gonna be going out. We're gonna be spending time with one another. Whether you want to call it a date, we go out on the first date, go to a nice restaurant, whatever the case is. Okay, second date, cool. Like, look, what's up with this? What's up with this sex? The woman's on a period. Okay, cool. That time of the month. Okay, then I gotta wait. That's fine.
You're gonna be
but I mean, best believe from that standpoint, there's gonna be
for 30 days straight.
There's gonna be some kind of sexual interaction involved, whether it be kissing, feeling up, something like. We're gonna work more and more towards actually having sex.
Okay.
And this is okay. So wait a minute. So
on date number one.
With me thinking, when I say third date, I'm thinking the third weekend. Because I would like to go on a date every weekend.
Right. Hey, look, we go out on Monday, we go out on Wednesday, we go out on Friday night, we having sex.
What the fuck?
Third date, there we go.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Y'all only been talking for a week. And you took out Monday, Wednesday, and by Friday you try to fuck.
I mean, hey, if we go out that often,
that means you interested. I get it.
Like we're gonna be active with it. Brother's interested.
I mean, okay. I'm gonna agree with me because here's what I'm gonna say. I gotta know what I'm working with to know if this gonna last.
It's gonna work. I mean, we all adults. Ain't nobody no virgin.
Yeah,
so it's like women know if they want to have sex with a dude when they first meet him. You all as women know this.
Okay, saying that, right? We all adults here. Have you ever had sex on the first date?
Yes.
I think everybody has.
I think everybody
at some
has.
point. Everybody
has. At some point. And if you haven't, you a damn lie. Like you said, we all know the expectations. We all know what we want at the end of the day. That don't mean that she a hoe or he a hoe. It's just that I know what I wanted. I know this is what I came for.
Right. Especially
this is my expectation.
Especially if it's somebody that's attractive and everything, it was all A's, and during the date, even if it's a one night, even if it's a one nighter, like everything just came down, the whole checklist was checked off the first date, I might be going in.
Right. So I mean, hey,
break this bag down.
It is what it is, and see, that's where you're being honest about being in touch with reality.
I mean, like you said, we all adults, and it took me a long time to get to that point.
Wait a minute. Nate said, ladies, don't let her get you caught up. That dude is not going to take you serious if you drop them panties on the first, second, or third night.
No,
that's
seriously.
What I'm saying.
No, but seriously, like real talk. Like my ex-fiance, when me and her first started dating, I mean, we had sex within the first week. And I was with her for 5 years.
I don't think it defines a relationship. I don't think it defines a relationship.
I don't.
Unless it's bad sex.
Unless it's bad. I mean,
yeah, unless it's bad. Ain't nobody having no bad sex.
But yeah, I mean, I've done it before. So,
okay.
from my own personal experience.
Let's take it a little deeper than that, right? So you expecting sex. What about oral? Is oral in that? Are you expecting her to go down on you the first night?
Or are you just expecting just sex?
No, it's just men want to have sex. Yeah, if she decided to do that, cool. If not, cool. So from my standpoint, no and no. I'm not expecting that. Would I go down on her? It depends on the dynamic. It all depends. It depends on the vibe.
Yeah, it depends on the vibe. Okay.
What if you go down on her and then she decides that's it? Are you letting her call you again? Are you talking to her again? What's going on?
Yeah, we still talking after. Yeah, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Would you look at it
you
the
can help
same
me,
way?
But I can't help you. Right. When you look at it the same way.
Right.
Is that vibe still the same?
Right.
The vibe
Actually said, what if she a virgin? If she a virgin, then I don't think Hamid going for
that. Nah. I'm not 16 anymore. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. How you make it to 20 or 30 years and you ain't never had sex before? Like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, what's going on here?
You 36 and ain't never had no dick. It's nothing wrong.
Right.
Like, nah, something not
That
right
ain't
here.
for
I'm gonna
me.
go ahead and be like SpongeBob and head out.
I'm out of here.
That ain't for me.
Nah,
I
want no part.
Some people feel like that's how they break a woman down to, want to be with them and only them.
Is with sex.
But especially with a virgin, that's their only experience. That's their first experience.
Okay. I don't know if I could date a virgin. I don't think I can do that. Because it's like you are dating me with the expectation of marrying me, but I ain't tried it yet. And I don't know if I can, but then I don't know, because we oftentimes go to the store and get something new that we ain't never tried before, and we end up liking it.
There you go.
But
be open-minded.
I don't know if I could be that open-minded. I don't know. I don't think I can be.
Again, with me, it goes based off of the attraction. If I'm attracted to you, I'm gonna try. I'm a freak. Let me cut it out.
Where is your husband?
I hope he watches this episode, because when I get home, boy.
At least she honest about it.
Children on here.
Ain't no children on here. If you under 18 years, you're supposed to be on here.
Children always think no. Okay, but listen, I understand. This sex thing is definitely deep. I am a firm believer in the transferring of spirits and energy.
Agreed.
I don't want to lay down with somebody and I don't know if their spirit ain't right. You dealing with depression. That's something that's rubbing off on me. And I don't know. I'm a firm believer in that, because I have definitely slept with somebody that was dealing with something that they was battling, and next thing I know, I was battling it too, because I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't never had to deal with this before. So I'm a firm believer in the transferring of spirits. So you can't lay with everybody, and you can't lay in everybody's bed.
That's a true statement.
It's definitely a tricky situation for me. Like if my relationship now I hope it does work into marriage, but if it doesn't, I'm definitely I'm afraid to, because all my friends are married but me.
No, there is no if it doesn't. It's going to work into marriage.
It's going to work into marriage.
There is no if it doesn't. We ain't going to talk that negativity in existence.
Nate said, and men wonder why they get the crazies and the stalkers. That's right. That's why they wonder.
That sex.
But I will admit, a lot of men tend to have the habit of just having sex with any chick.
Just having sex with any
that's
chick.
A problem. It's like, bro, chill out. You ain't got to try to be.
You ain't got everything walking. Yes.
But I go back before. I will say, when men looking at women, the end game is sex, but it doesn't mean you have to entertain all women and vice versa.
That's true.
Give me a bottle of water.
That's true.
So
it's definitely I don't know. I can honestly say I've been in a situation where I went on a date with somebody and then we did the do after the first night, but it lasted. It lasted. Girl, don't shake your head. You the one on here talking about you a damn freak. She got a nerve.
Listen. All right, listen. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it took me and my husband that long to become sexually intimate because he put
Y'all
them
did.
lips on me. He put them
Mhm.
lips
Oh
on me on my
God.
birthday.
Oh
It was
God.
over. It was over. He put them
Yeah, I
lips.
mean
He said
that's
happy
really all it
birthday.
takes.
He said happy birthday. I said everybody get out.
And this is only after 2 hours of knowing this man.
I said everybody get out.
But no,
Like
you know what? You
all of
tell
y'all
your
got to
story
go.
though, because he was her first like real relationship. Because at one point you were
I was dating
a
girls.
lesbian.
Yeah.
A
I don't want to say it
lesbian.
like that because I don't know if that's acceptable. You know, I don't know if that's
So wait, Katie,
appropriate.
how old are you and how old is your husband?
You asking too many questions.
I'm just saying. I just got questions.
No.
No,
I mean, how old you are? Shit.
I'm 38
She 40
and
and her husband 29. Say
no, he's not. I'm 38 and my husband is 34. He'll be
Okay,
35 this year.
cool.
Yeah, I got him
30
young
game.
too. You gotta keep him young. Yeah, you gotta keep him young.
Girl,
She said that.
y'all was in pre-K together.
But hold on. Here's the trick though. Surprisingly, after being together for a while, he proposed to me, and he the one that wanted to get married. I really just wanted to keep it, kind of moving. Even after we had kids, I just wasn't ready. But even though he was younger than me, he still was just like, I want to get married. And then after a while of me pushing it off, he just felt like, I'm starting to think you don't want to marry me. And it wasn't that. It was just that I felt like because he was younger, I didn't want for myself to be the reason why you feel like later on in life you didn't get to do all the things you did. But it turns out that he actually did do all the things he did because he was a hoe. But fast forward, So sometimes that sex early might work because fast forward, I had to do a couple things. We ain't gonna get into that. But I won him over.
So I mean, but hey, that worked for y'all, and that's okay.
So how old
and like
you were? How old was he when y'all got married?
20. I believe he was 22, 23. Yeah, and I was 4 years older than him, so 20 what?
25.
25. Yeah.
Shit, respect on that.
And we've been
Nate
together
Paul,
ever
Cougar.
since. Nate, go to bed.
Right, Nate, and then robbing that damn cradle. And she was robbing the cradle.
Listen, I had to do what I had to do. I put it down, so that's all that matters. And we here today. Look,
Girl,
black
shut your
love.
mouth.
Black love. Black love matters.
Black love definitely matters.
No, she got some of that black man, and that man wore her ass out. That's what happened. Because she was dating them white girls and them crazy white men.
Right, the white dude couldn't deal, and you married a
white
black
man or the white girl, so
true.
she had to get that black man.
That's
right.
true. You got me. No, but initially it's funny because initially that's how we initially started talking. He, I was still, into someone outside of the race, and I was like, hey, you got a homeboy for me? He was like, yeah, I know you like white boys. I got a white boy, but he tricked me. He ended up never giving his homeboy my number. He ended up calling me out of nowhere, like a couple weeks down the line, and I'm like, what happened to your homeboy? He's like, no, I want you. You're gonna be my wife. I'm gonna let you know I can take care of you. I can do everything for you. Mark my words, you're gonna be my wife. And here we are today. He get on my nerves.
Look at your cute little relationship. Your little marriage. Well, not little. Your big marriage.
He gets on my nerves. So, and surprisingly, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing that a lot of people think. Surprisingly, those big weddings that y'all girls out here assuming that y'all want and then thinking, oh, that's gonna make everything. It does not, because we only went to the courthouse. Those big weddings.
See, my parents did the same thing. Like,
they went to the courthouse?
They went to the courthouse. They've been married 45 plus years. My mother's 15 years younger than my dad. You feel me? Like, my dad was 40 and my mother was 25 for real. So, I mean,
your daddy was a cougar.
Your daddy wanted the sugar, and he got the sugar. Your mama gave him the
sugar. But those big weddings, it's like you can go out and spend $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on a wedding. People gonna talk trash about you anyway. Why not take that $20K and go have a nice trip and go buy some investment property?
True.
So it's like my parents like we ain't had, my dad talked to me like, look, your mother and I ain't had no wedding. You know, like we went to the courthouse, did our thing, and we took the money. We went, did some things, and traveled, and all that good stuff. Both my parents are entrepreneurs, you know, so it's like from that standpoint, I'm like, and people would generally look at me and be thinking I'm the, you know, oh, I have a nice, large, lavish wedding or whatever. Nah, the hell with all that. You know, we gonna keep that money and go take a trip or something. Go travel 2-3 countries.
I want a wedding.
You would have a simple wedding?
Me?
Yeah.
If my soon-to-be wife wanted to have a simple wedding, sure, but it ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna break the bank. I would even say, all right, let's go to the courthouse and then let's have a event afterwards that would represent that kind of sort of, you know,
okay,
something
I would
small
do that because
and
I know a couple of people that did that. You know, went to the courthouse and got married and then had a big reception afterwards.
Right. That's cool.
But I want my wedding. I'm sorry. I want to be walked down the aisle in my white dress, and I want my wedding.
Right.
You could get.
Does it have to be large? You can. She's right. You can
no, it doesn't have to be large because I don't have I don't have family here, so my wedding will be here. If my husband will be from Baltimore. I don't have family here. Just my mom and my sisters and my son. That's it. So the majority of the people that will come to the wedding will be his family. So I wouldn't say maybe 75 people, maybe 100.
See, I have a large family on both sides of my parents. I got a large family, so it's like I could literally sit here and start counting and name 150 cousins if I'm gonna be honest. Like it's that bad. So it's like, I don't. The hell.
Now, if I was to go to Mississippi and say, "Hey, I'm having a wedding in Mississippi," then yes, the wedding for me there would be big. But
your people wouldn't fly up.
They scared to come to Baltimore. I ain't even gonna lie. They scared to come to Baltimore.
Here we go.
You know, and this is it. They say, "Oh, I seen The Wire." I'm like, that's not really how Baltimore is. You're not gonna come to Baltimore and get mugged. Like, you're not gonna just come here and somebody gonna be like, "Give me your money." That's not how it's gonna happen. You know, I be trying to tell them that, but they are
where you go.
They are really true.
It depends on where you go. Yep.
Yeah, it does. But they are really true deep South Southerners. Like, they from Mississippi, so they don't really know a lot about the city life. I can so to speak. You know, like they, you know, the hometown I'm from, we got one red light, one grocery store. It's little as how everybody know everybody. You know, it's really small there, and they are definitely like, oh, we going where? I can't do that. You know, like they'll go to places like Atlanta and stuff like that where they're comfortable in their environment, so to speak. But bigger cities like this.
But this is actually smaller than Atlanta, ain't it, Baltimore?
Yeah, Baltimore City's smaller than Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
But they would go there.
I think Atlanta's
that's because Atlanta is getting crowded.
Atlanta's population is.
Meanwhile, they got the KKK still lighting up. No, they don't do that in Mississippi.
They ain't no KKK.
Now they do that here.
Yeah, that's what
right in Rosedale.
Go up in the Rising Sun, Maryland.
Okay, go to Rising. Go to places like Boston.
Harvard Grace.
Yeah,
right. That's what I
go to Boston. Go to places like that. That places that I
Middle River.
Middle River, right?
That's where I live.
I used to work for DHL, and I would go to Harvard Grace, and I would go to Boston, and all these small towns in Maryland, and I'm like, all you see is truck signs and all these, you know, different little Confederate flags, and I'm like, oh hell no! I had to stop that job because I wasn't finna get shot.
But in my sociology class, I learned that doesn't necessarily have the same meaning that most people think. It's two different meanings to that Confederate flag.
Some people.
To some people.
Yeah, to some people, not all, but to some, yeah. But
I don't appreciate
it's like
but where I'm from in Mississippi, it ain't no KKK in there. They bet not. You know, it's very. That's one of very few towns where white people and black people are definitely they get along. You know, I don't know about other because there's a lot of really small towns in Mississippi, tons of small towns. So I don't know about other smaller towns, but it's not like you're gonna hear like, oh, the KKK did XYZ in Prentice, Mississippi. That's not gonna happen. Nope. But there is some instances where there are racism there too. So, but
that's everywhere. Too.
Yeah, we live in a racist white supremacist society, so that ain't, you know, we all experience that anyway.
Yeah, we all have. Yeah. But for the most part, if I want to have a wedding, I want to have something small, something intimate, not a lot of people. I want that for myself. So, but I mean, weddings can work as well, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, see, like
I've had a good time on this show today with you guys. It's definitely been an eye opener in some aspects. Hamid, shout out your Instagram, your social media, whatever you want people to
so I
follow
mean,
you.
like for me, I'm not on social. Well, I'm not on Instagram. I deactivated my IG page. My IG Instagram name was GQ Me.
I'm
and
sorry.
you can find me on Facebook as Hamid Shango with the S.
Okay.
So I use the last name Shango on purpose because that's the African god of power and direction. You know, or the name of an African god for power and direction. So
okay, we had one more topic. I forgot. Kids, deal or no damn deal? This is deep.
That's gonna be a no deal.
You know, like what?
Nope. I've dated women with children. I don't have any children. I'm not trying to be a stepdad. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want to be a stepdad. I don't want to have to be able to try. I don't want to have to be
she got one.
Some other guys. Nope. I mean, sure we can date, but for marriage, nah. Because like, and I've been in situations where the discipline, the little boy or the little girl has been an issue. You know, it's like, hey, you want to let me discipline your child? My children don't. My child doesn't need discipline. Yeah, he or she does. His son is bad as hell.
Yes, he.
The little dude needs his ass beat. You know, and all too often I find that a lot of women are easier or softer on the boys, but harder on girls, and that's gotta stop because the boys need structure and discipline. They need to be disciplined. You know, sometimes that comes in the form of a good old fashioned ass whipping. I'm not condoning 100% corporal punishment on kids, of course, but a little boy
it ain't nothing wrong with tapping that ass. Ain't nothing wrong
from that standpoint. Nah, yeah, I'm not saying that to say that okay, you got a child, that's a bad thing, whatever. But for me, no deal. That's gonna be no deal. And most men don't want to be stepdads.
But what if they have? What if you? I mean, do you have a certain age range that you date within? Reason why I'm asking is like, what if you date an older woman where their child is, pretty much grown? Would that change your mind?
Now, I mean, if she's older and the son is self-sufficient or the daughter's self-sufficient and out of the house, cool. But if the boy's living there or the girl's living there, I ain't with it.
Right.
You know.
I kind of felt that way too when I was still dating. I felt that way. I would never date anybody with kids. I couldn't stand it. This boy tried to trick me too. He tried to trick me. Met him at the gas station and he sat there. He was like, "Yeah, I want to take you out." Held the little umbrella and everything while I pumped my little gas.
He said, "Held the umbrella and everything."
Yeah. I said, "Yeah, okay, cool. We can meet up." Called him later on. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. Let me know what time you ready." Man. But first of all, that was the biggest no. He was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to pick me up." Wait a minute, I met you in a car. What happened?
Yeah, see, that's a problem. If you gotta date a guy and he's asking you to pick him up, walk away.
But then the second red flag was, I said, okay, all right, I understand. People don't have vehicles or whatever. Went to go, to his house to pick him. Man, this boy talking about, yeah, I was in there with my daughters. Oh, no. You was in there with
she
who?
said, "Oh, no.
Not one, but three. At his mama's
you
house.
Got the second red flag. Yeah, that point you should have peeled off with the quickness.
I am out. I said, I did, Mead. I pulled off. I said, then he called my grandmother's house. It was like, is kid at? No, she left out the house, baby. I'm sitting right there. I left right up out of
This is the time before cell phones was popping.
I am not to be reached, sir. I'm sorry.
Like, but yeah, I mean, yeah, no, that's too much. And see, like, as a single people with no children should date people or should marry people with no children. People with children should marry people with children. Like, hey, you got children, you already know how to deal with them. Go get you a woman that has a child. Go get you a man that has a child. You already got kids. Right. And as a single man, it's like, okay, now I'm forced to be more understanding of your being a mother aspect of the dating, which I can be selfish. I ain't got no kids. I'm like, the hell with your children. I didn't help make them, and I'm not saying that to be disparaging, but it's like, okay, sweetheart, hey, what's up? Let's go out on Monday. Oh, I can't go out with you on Monday because I gotta take care of my daughter. All right, well, can we do Tuesday? I'm gonna have to let you know because I gotta take care of my daughter. My daughter got this. Okay, well, how about Wednesday? You know, that's as far as that from a flexibility standpoint. That's as flexible as I'm willing to be. Oh, all right. Well, we could do Wednesday. That'll work. Okay, bet. Wednesday come around, it's like, oh, well, my daughter just broke her leg. It's like, well, goddamn, I'm not my Wednesday evening
her.
off, and baby girl didn't fuck
her.
herself up out here.
It's not her.
You know?
It's that baby daddy. That baby daddy out there doing what he want. But when he found out she was getting ready to date, he was like, oh no.
Now all of a sudden the Negro wants his family back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
And it's weird because that comes in both from men and women. Like last year, I told you my childhood best friend, he met his girlfriend on Facebook dating. Last summer, his ex-wife tried to, I want my family back. This man is in a happy relationship on some successful stuff, and she talking about, I want my family back. No, sweetheart, you left this man years ago. It's too late for that.
It's too late. How long was they not together? How long was they apart before she came back and decided?
See, the divorce ended in what? They got divorced in 2014, 15?
Yeah,
the divorce was official in 15. Then she want to come back years later. After the fact, like no.
She said, you know what? To be honest, she probably saw it wasn't shit out here.
Right.
It's trash.
And it's
the dating world is trash.
What she left him for wasn't what she thought.
The world ain't set up for us to be running around on this single nonsense. The world is set up for folks to be in relationships, in marriage, and dealing with, that's really what it's set up for. You know, you can't do it all by yourself. And all that independent nonsense is bullshit. Nobody's truly independent. Hell,
right. Absolutely.
I might be in my own right on some positive financial stuff, intelligent, all that good stuff, but I was dependent on my parents, because they brought me into this world, so somebody's dependent on somebody for something.
Sure.
And it's nothing wrong with that. Every other ethnic group understands this, except for whatever reason, Black Americans, the Black society.
You are absolutely right. I can agree with that 100%.
This is ridiculous. You got a family of Asians that will stay in the same damn house for 20 years.
For 20 years. And kids
nice,
ain't moved out.
Life insurance policy. Kids ain't moved out. They do the damn thing. You got, black men meet a black woman. She got her own house. He got his own house. They got expenses out the ass. And it's like, if y'all just had all that money
one
in one household, you'd be better off from a financial standpoint.
Right.
For me, with kids, I didn't like dating guys with kids. This is my first relationship where not only does he have a child, but he's also a single dad. For me, I tell him a lot, it's definitely been a trying time. I come from, it's just me. It was me and my son for a while, and then my son went off to college. Once my son went to college, I moved out of my place and moved in with him and his child. That was definitely a rocky time. We definitely had a lot of, she like to do like this, and I'm not used to that. And it's like, well, you're going to have to get used to it. And it was like, and it was some instances where I'm like, you're not going to tap that ass, well, let me do it, shit. But it was like, it's definitely been, this last year, because I've lived with them for a year, it was definitely a trying time. I wouldn't say it was just all bad. We had some good days and we had some bad days, but it's like dealing with a man that not only has custody of his child, but the child is also a daughter. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. That's a whole nother aspect of it. You think women are one way with their sons. Men and their daughters.
On the flip side, that is true as well.
Men and their damn daughters. It's like, oh, she's Jesus. What to who?
Dudes would just roll over for their girls.
They will roll over. Yeah, and that's how it was. So it's like, my son is 19. He just turned 19 on Halloween. My son is 19, so it's like he knows my mother don't play that. My mother ain't like that. But it's like when you come into somebody else's household and they don't know how you are as a woman, and it's like, I'm coming to you, I'm a woman and you a girl, and I'm trying to teach you, but you don't want to take heed to that. And it's like, oh, I don't have to. My father said, then I'm looking at this Negro. Oh, so you want to fight?
Right.
One of y'all finna square up. You choose who getting in this race. So, not it was just figuratively speaking in a metaphoric way. But it's like, it was always my father said, and it's like, oh, okay. But it's
like,
it's
you know what? I'm here
definitely
now.
yeah. Your father did it in a man way. I'm a whole grown woman. I'm gonna tell you what it need to be like.
True.
You know, so it's definitely, even now, it's definitely like, it's like pulling teeth, but they're slowly coming out. You know,
Yeah.
getting the fresh set.
Slowly getting the memo. You know.
So yeah, she's slowly getting the, oh, Miss Crystal, don't play that. Yeah, you know, I don't. So it's definitely hard. But it's a trying time. I definitely had to step outside of that element of, I don't like other people's kids. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just keep it 100. I don't like other people's kids, because how you discipline your child is not how I discipline mine. You know, and like you said, I'm team whoop that ass. I ain't saying you gotta beat the shit out of them, but at least you need to be able to know that, don't play with me in that manner. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna pop that ass, but I'm not gonna beat the hell out you.
With the children aspect of it, like, if you got out of pocket, like, you know, us being older millennials or whatever, you know, it's like you got to a point where, when we were younger, the next door neighbor, if she or he saw you doing wrong, the next door neighbor could discipline you. They could pop you like a mug, like it ain't nothing, and you get home and you still get your ass beat. Now you got parents going up to the damn schools, and I'm like, I dated one woman. She's like, yeah, some chick hit my son, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh no, I don't want no parts of this nonsense. She went up to the damn school, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. This ain't gonna work, you know. And I mean, and I say, I don't want to say dated. We were talking. It wasn't really like we were dating, but it's like, nah, I don't want that kind of energy around me. You know, nah. You know, you conducting yourself as not an adult. You want to go beat up a goddamn 15-year-old. You know, like, nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
we're not doing that.
So I got to a point where, like I said, I prefer to date a woman that has no children, because now she's got more time to concentrate on me.
Okay.
You know. And that's really what it is, you know.
So how many kids are you looking to have when you do marry?
2. Yeah, I don't want one. I want 2. Like, I don't want to, you know, because having one child, that's a horrible deal. Single child. I'm not an only child. You know, the only child.
The only child.
Ain't no. A lot of times, look, I get it. You know, but
ain't no more coming out of here.
Be a little spoiled and whatnot from what I've seen. I'm not saying your son is spoiled or anything.
No,
but,
he is. He is. Girl, shut up. He's spoiled. I ain't lying.
But you know, so yeah, I want 2. You know, now they can. You know, I want to stair step them, of course. So now they can, you know, be close in age. And me and my younger sister was stair step, like, we're a year and a half apart. And of course, my dad was married beforehand, but his previous wife before my mother passed away. So I've got four older siblings.
Oh, so, okay.
But yeah, so
But your mom just has you and your sister.
Right. My mother just has me and my sister.
Oh, okay.
And my dad had, you know, 4 other kids from the previous marriage.
Oh,
my father got 6 kids altogether.
Oh, but at least they're 4 by the same person, and then 2 by somebody else.
Right.
Instead of having 6 by 6 different ones.
By 6 different people. Yep.
Yeah.
I got a cousin. I mean, he got 6 different goddamn children. I'm sorry, 5 different children. I say 5 different kids by 5 different women. You know, and 3 of them he was married to. I'm like, cuz at this point, I'm kind of thinking the problem is,
how long was he married?
Like,
he was married for 2 weeks. He got
2 years here, 3 years there. You know, a couple years
after
here.
After the second marriage, I'm not coming to no weddings. I'm not giving no damn gift. That's how I am with baby showers. After your second child, you ain't getting no damn gift from me.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
I came to your baby showers, but how many gifts did you get?
One. Don't play with all my
I came to all your 59 baby showers, but how many gifts did your ass get? Your ass got 2. You better get a last boy the same thing I gave that boy. Shit. She got 2 gifts. One for her oldest son and one for her daughter. That's it. You better get the other 2 the damn gifts I gave you the last damn time.
The rest of them ain't get nothing. They have nothing coming.
They
might get a hug when they get born and whatnot.
Hey,
you know, they might get held for a little bit. It's like, all right,
TT baby in the picture. Put TT baby on the phone. Hey, how you doing?
She lied because my son is her dad godson, so she lied. She definitely bought him something. You lied. Put that lie.
You let me tell Khalid.
The other ones ain't getting nothing shit. It's like, no, I've been all 59 of her fucking baby showers. I ain't going to no damn more. Her husband need to slow the hell down. Quit. Stop.
Think about
shit. Don't invite me. I ain't coming. Too many damn babies. Too many children running around there.
I'll be over the baby
but
showers.
Listen, it's like y'all was saying, we pass ass whippings all around the house. Ain't nobody getting no different.
Ain't nobody excluded. Ain't nobody excluded.
Everybody can get that word.
Now, when we say ass whoopings, we ain't saying go beat your child with no extension cords like how we used to get our ass whooped. But we just saying pop their ass. Like a kid need to know not to play with you, and they need to respect that authority, because if you just sitting down talking to them and putting them in timeout, that ain't doing shit. Because all they gonna do, you gonna take my phone for a week, you gonna take my TV for a week, I'm gonna be right back here next week. All I gotta do is get through this week. No, I need to yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I'm supposed to come in the house when the street lights came on and it's 10 o'clock and I'm walking in the door, what's up? No. And all you did was take my cell phone, or all you did was take my TV. No, you need more than that. Kids need to know. And I feel like you don't, like I said, you don't have to beat the hell out of them. You don't have to do that. I'm not telling you to hit them with a frying pan or beat them with a switch, but there is definitely a belt that need to be put to some ass.
Yep.
And so they can know, I gotta respect this person. I have to respect my father or my mother.
And,
I have
and
to
if you don't,
them.
there's gonna be some repercussions behind.
And if you don't,
it's
gonna be some repercussions. Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna affect them later on though too.
It's gonna affect them later on.
Because they not gonna live. They ain't gonna respect you.
They ain't gonna respect you.
Fight.
Yeah. Like who you talking to? I wish the fuck myself. Wish the fuck they was good. He 19 and don't even play with me like that.
Right, exactly.
He like, Mom,
I'm 35. My father 84. I still wouldn't play with this man.
I still wouldn't play.
All right, Pop, you right. My bad. I don't want no smoke. I'm sorry.
I don't even want no trouble, Dad. You know, I don't even want you to knock me out. Not today. Nate said I beat people kids and I'm a teacher. See, that's why my child would never go to your school.
At all. You ain't gonna beat them.
You better not beat my son ass. What school you at? I can call you people. No. But yeah, I don't play no games about whooping ass on a kid. I will whoop some ass. Like I said, once again, I'm not saying beat them with an extension cord like how we used to get our ass whooped.
Fact.
You know, don't do that. But you definitely put a belt to that ass so they can know to respect you, because you just talking to them and punishing them ain't doing shit. Because they keep repeating the cycle over and over and over again.
Right. I mean, and that's not to say all children need to have their ass beat. Some do, some don't. That. You know, but you know that level of discipline has to be. It's necessary.
It's necessary. It is definitely necessary for some kids, especially the ones that keep doing the same shit over and over again. You just gonna keep letting them do it, and they become accustomed because. Yeah, you like I said, they become accustomed to it. All my daddy gonna do, or all my mother gonna do is take my phone. All she gonna do is do this. She gonna take my phone. She gonna give it back after a week. Because then you gonna start to feel bad. What I notice about single parents, they start to feel bad. You know, like, because you don't have anybody to play devil's advocate. Like you married kid, you could play devil. You and David can tag team. You be the bad daddy, and I be the good mother, or I be the good mother. You be the bad. You know, whatever. But it's like with single parents, they don't have anybody to play devil's advocate with them. They just want to straight be like, damn, I done whooped little JoJo ass. Now I feel bad. Let me give him his phone back. It only been 2 days.
That's why folks need to be paired up.
Nah.
That's why people
and me myself, I ain't even gonna lie. I've done that before. I done whooped my son ass and went there like, hey, you hungry? You want to go get your favorite food? And I had to think about it like, no. That little motherfucker, I can't do that.
Right,
because then he'll be expecting that. He'll be expecting me to feel bad about my decision when he know he was wrong.
Yep.
And that's where when it comes down to that, and I love my boyfriend to death. I say this a lot, but that's where it comes down to with me and him. I'd be like, wait a minute now. You haven't had anybody here to play devil's advocate. If I got to be the bad guy, I'm going to be the bad guy. And unfortunately, it might look like I'm being hard on your child. But it's like, if I don't be hard on it and you're not hard on her, what's going to happen when she go out there in real life?
Real world, yep. Because the
What's
real
gonna
world don't give a damn.
Real world ain't gonna give a
don't
damn.
care. They
Because
don't. The real world
you
does
be
not care at
disrespectful
all.
and you do something that somebody scratch that. She go get a job and she don't do what her manager or her supervisor tell her to do. Guess what? She's fired. Ain't no I'm coming back. Ain't no you off for a week. It's you're out of here. You don't have a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I know a lot, like dealing with him and now realizing the things that I did. I'm like, damn, single parents really be feeling bad when they discipline their child, punish them, or whatever, because it's like, damn, I feel, who do I have to go butter him up now? Now I got to go back and butter this person up and make them feel good because I done whooped their ass now. But that's just my perspective. Nate said, then y'all send them to me and I'm supposed to talk and reason with them. Hell no. That's right. Then we send them to school and expect the teacher to be the same way as we are at home. And then when the teacher not how we are, we got a problem. Because why you tell my daughter or why you tell my son? Yeah. That's
I agree.
It comes down to that. It's sad that it has to be that way though, but that's how it is. But dating people with kids is definitely hard. It's hard.
Yeah. So I choose to remove myself from that equation.
Yeah. For me, it's not so much as the time because I understand. Because when we were first dating, it was like, oh, I got my daughter. I'm like, all right, cool. But my son is, like I said, my son is way older than his child. So when me and him met, it was like, oh, my son was a senior in high school. He a senior in high school. He out the door for real. He got his own thing going on versus your child is still in elementary school and you need to be there every single night. So it was definitely like a, damn, when am I going to see you? When you going to have time for me? But I had to realize like, oh, Crystal, you went through that phase as well. You've been through that before, so you got to understand. But
I mean, at least that's the aspect of it, the understanding aspect. You know,
understand. I have a question for you, Mead. What if you ended up dating or meeting a young lady?
Jalen, bring me the charger.
Like, she was like an executive, in a marketing company. She had her own place. She paid all her own bills. Might even have her own business. And she did have a child, but it was a very young child, like 1 or 2. And let's say some unforeseen circumstances, like the baby's father, something happened where she ended up being a single parent unintentionally. And she's checked off everything on your checklist except for that one child. Because I feel like if that child is that young, that child is kind of growing up with you.
Well, what you mean? How young? You mean like a baby?
A toddler?
Like one, like a toddler, like 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
So if now, what would have happened to the child's dad? Like passed away or something like that? An unfortunate circumstance,
just something unforeseen like
he
that.
Ain't dead. He a piece of shit.
No, not a piece of shit. Just like that.
He ain't there.
Like
who lost?
Like,
yeah, who lost somebody? Yeah.
So if all the boxes are checked off, there might be some level of compromise there, possibly, right? And I say that because me choosing to not deal with women that have children is a recent kind of decision, more or less.
Oh, okay.
So if that,
so it's from more of experience.
Correct. Yeah. So like if that was the case, then that might be work wittable, potentially, but that's rare, and it hasn't happened to me yet. So yeah, and if I could be very, very impressionable on the child, then cool. If the little boy or little girl is at a young age or something like that, I could potentially work with something like that, possibly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
But
so single ladies who with a 1-year-old, there's some hope with her meat.
Yeah, I mean, a couple years ago, last year, I was dating a woman that, we grew up together. She moved to Philly, and her son was 2, and I was trying to take her seriously, but she didn't want to get on board with some things. She was on board with most things, but it was like, all right, we ain't about to do this. I'm like, So, but yeah, I tried to do that last year. Her son, was a young boy, cool little kid, and there was the issue with the disciplinary action of it, which is what was my problem, more or less.
Oh, you just felt you had a different standpoint on discipline.
Yeah, like look, we dating. I was trying to take it seriously. It's like, look, I popped his little, I plucked his little fingers. The little guy snatched the tablet. Well, I went to go grab the tablet and he did this to me. I'm like, oh,
I'd have popped them little hands too.
Yeah, so he start crying. He running up like, what happened? I plucked his little fingers. Well, why you pluck his fingers? Blah blah blah. So we going back in his back and forth to box. I'm like, look, the little son is bad. I'm not bad, but like the little boy needs structure and discipline. The father wasn't around. So
bad.
Little dude was bad. He needs some structure, some discipline from a black man. That he needs that masculine energy.
Yeah,
that is true. That's true. I could say that the female has to be more acceptable to the help. You have to be, y'all single women be expecting and just to date y'all. They date all.
They date every aspect of you. Yeah.
I mean, because in actuality, if dating a woman that has children, obviously the woman is looking for not only a good male suitor or whatever, but then she's also looking for a stepfather. So if you're also looking for a stepdad, then you got to let the man play his position as well as disciplining that goddamn child.
You can't have your child coming in there expecting your significant other and you just sitting there like, oh, he all right.
Right.
That's just him.
Right.
No.
Because I'm going to punch little Ray in the face.
It's going to cause conflict. I'm going to
punch little Ray in the face. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to punch him right in the face. I ain't going to punch him in the face, but I'm definitely going to be like, when he coming down the steps, I'm going to trip his ass.
Right. That's what
I said. And then for me, like the other aspect of it is like, okay, if I'm dating a woman, she got children, she just cooked a meal, you gonna give the boy his plate first and then give me my plate afterwards. Like, wait a minute. No, hell no.
So now that you say that, right? You said that. How do you feel about that?
Serve me my food first. My food gets served first and then you feed the children.
Is that dating or a marriage? Is that just dating? She's still supposed to give you your food first as a male?
Yes. Because obviously, for me, my end game is going to be married. So if you're like, wait a minute, you ain't going to just flip the switch overnight and then start giving me my food first after we get married. The behaviors and mannerisms are going to start presenting themselves long before marriage.
Okay.
And the same premise, like, hey, and I grew up, and me and my boy Brian, we talk about this, like, family Sunday dinners and so on and so forth. Like, he like, bro, my granddad always got his plate served first before any of the goddamn children. He's the man of the house. He would go out and work all goddamn day, come home, and then you gonna plop the plate down in front of a child's in front of a child's face first over the individual that enslaved 12 hours and then made all this money to bring back into the household to help sustain the household.
So for me, it's like I subconsciously do it. I don't do it just because of the ritual aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do it subconsciously. Here go your plate. And it may be times where I might make dinner and I'll be like, I ain't making no damn plates right now. I'm just not making no plates. I'm making my plate. I'm sitting down and I'm eating. I do that. It's some days I do that. Look, I made some tacos. I'm not finna go make everybody a plate of tacos. Just not what I'm doing. I'm gonna make my own goddamn taco. You go make your own damn taco. Get out my face. But if I cooked a nice dinner, I subconsciously mix his plate first, and then I make her plate, and then I make me a plate. I subconsciously do that. It's not like, I do it because that's the right thing to do. I just subconsciously do it. And sometimes I'll be like, are you? And then sometimes I say to him, are you ready to eat? He'd be like, no, I don't want to eat right now. Oh, all right. Well, when you're ready to eat, you go make your plate. So it's not, that's how I do it. Sometimes he don't be ready to eat.
Right.
Sometimes when I make dinner, I'm, it's like, I don't want to eat right now. I'm gonna eat later. Okay. Well, you go eat later. I'm eating now. I'm eating me now.
That's good. That's good.
But I dated a guy who wanted me to wait for him. So if he would, say like he would make me a plate, right? He cooked dinner. He would make me a plate and then make himself a plate. He would want me to wait for him to sit down and eat my plate.
Yeah, see, some of these brothers be doing the most. Like, bro, do you want a wife, or do you want
a slave?
Do you want or you want a slave, or you want a servant or maid? Like, and we got to talk about it, But like, it's like, following a man's lead doesn't mean that you as a woman, you're on his beck and call every time. Like, hey, you woman, he snaps his fingers and like, no.
Yeah,
that's some nonsense. That's some psychobabble bullshit.
Well, we're gonna end this conversation because we are over time. Oh, well, go ahead, kid. What you was about to say?
I was gonna say, me and Dave and I like that. We both agreed to fix the kid, because we fix them together. We fix the kid's place first, and then we sit down together.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But like you said, that's one of those things that work best for you.
That work best for y'all.
Correct.
I would agree.
Well, we are over time, yo. This conversation is definitely good. I love this. Is definitely one of my favorite episodes. Definitely, we have to bring you back for part 2, and maybe on part 2 we can get a female up in here, get a single female in her perspective. And I'm going to look into doing this speed date. And I also wanted to do like a dating panel where I wanted to have like 5 Black women, 5 single Black men, and we come together as a collective. Because I watch a lot of Kevin Samuel videos. Not that I support him, but I just watch him on how men talk about the modern Black woman and how women feel about the modern day Black man. So I'm definitely got some things I got conjured up in my spirit coming up. So, but we thank you, Hamid, for coming on.
Likewise,
we thank you for giving your advice. And ladies, if you're fit, single, and a healthy eater with no children, please be sure to hit Hamid's DM.
Please do. I'm not trying to be single no more.
He ain't trying to be single no more. He just got his fix.
Hashtag Jess Loren.
Wait, how young are you willing to go?
Look, I'm flexible. I mean, I go as low as 23.
How old is Jess? 23. She's 23, right?
Yeah, she's 23. Yeah.
Okay. He go as low as 23. Cool. She's in her Jordan year.
I'm gonna mess around and pull a move like my dad did.
Okay.
Be a 20-something chick.
Okay. Hey, look, you might have to. I dated outside of my age range. I am 36 and my boyfriend is 31. So, and I'm used to dating older people.
Like, but you talk about me.
Shut up.
You ain't talking about me.
Shut up. I'm used to dating older people. So I took a chance and dated outside of my age range. So,
and look, here we go.
Here we are. So, yeah, it was nice. It was nice having a conversation with you, Hamid. Thank you for coming on, and we really appreciate you. Thank you for your continuous support. Okay.
All right.
We'll see you. We'll see you next time for part 2.
All right. All right. Y'all have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right.